Meantime, sources tell CBS News that Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is facing scrutiny in the wake of the latest Minneapolis shooting by federal immigration officers. But President Trump, before heading to Iowa, was asked,
Kristi Noem going to step down?
No.
More from CBS's Scott McFarlane on changes taking place.
You have Kristi Noem now, according to our latest CBS News reporting, who'll be more focused on the southern border versus this interior enforcement. Interior enforcement is a way of characterizing having ICE agents in Midwest U.S. cities like Minneapolis. You have Greg Bovino moved out of Minneapolis on short order, and you have Tom Homan shifting from Washington to Minneapolis. That's a shakeup, and I think it's an indication that there's a recognition the controversy, if not the crisis, unfolding for the administration in Minneapolis.
The frigid temperatures in states hit by the recent winter storm are allowing ice to linger on trees and power lines. More than 100,000 customers are still without power in Nashville, Tennessee, where CBS's Nicole Valdez is.
Many people are sort of not prepared in some cases or just simply unsure of how to navigate icy roads and deal with long-duration power outages.
TikTok settles in a social media addiction lawsuit. CBS's Allison Keyes.
TikTok, along with Meta's Instagram and Google's YouTube, was accused of addicting and harming children on purpose, and the lawsuit claims the companies made deliberate design choices aimed at boosting profits. Meta says it strongly disagrees with the allegations, and Google says they simply aren't true.
Snapchat's parent company settled last week. The NTSB holds a final hearing on the deadly mid-air collision near Washington last January.
Chairwoman Jennifer Hominy said they determined the cause of the crash was
deep underlying systemic failures.
Investigator Brian Banning said the pilots were qualified to fly that night.
Evidence does not indicate that they were impaired by effects of medical conditions or substances.
New safety reforms have been implemented, and Hominy says they will follow through.
Or this will happen again.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
The world is now the closest it has ever been to nuclear, climatic, and geopolitical catastrophe. The doomsday clock has been moved from 89 seconds to 85 seconds to midnight. Alexandra Bell of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist lays blames on world leaders.
Far too many leaders have grown complacent and indifferent, and in many cases adopting rhetoric and policies that accelerate rather than mitigate these existential risks.
Stocks are mixed on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS News Roundup on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A Mariners legend is retiring after this next season. More on that coming right up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Simply Seattle. Out in Monroe, westbound 2 is shut down at 179th there near the fairgrounds, where troopers are about to wrap up this long-term investigation that had both directions closed for a bit. I've got a feeling these westbound lanes will probably reopen real soon. In Newcastle, heading that way, southbound on 405, stop-and-go traffic starting at Southeast 8th down to 112th, where crews just cleared a collision to your right shoulder. This one had a couple lanes blocked for a while. Bellevue to Renton's going to take you 35 minutes. That's about a 20-minute delay. And if you're traveling through Seattle right now, both directions of I-5 are looking really good. In fact, northbound, just a minor backup right there at the Ship Canal Bridge, where your two left lanes are closed for Revive I-5. Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoff gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Seattle Mariners legend Rick Rizzs is stepping away after the 2026 season. He'll stay on the call this year on Seattle sports, marking 41 seasons as the voice of the M's. He told Seattle Morning News last October that he's had a great run.
You know, you're looking at a 71-year-old guy or talking to a 71-year-old guy who's living his dream. And I hope everybody has a chance to say that someday about, you know, what they do for a living.
Outside a short Detroit stint in the early 90s, Riz has spent his entire broadcasting career right here in Seattle. State Republicans are responding to Governor Ferguson's press conference, preparing for ICE actions here in Washington. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Chairman of the Washington State Republican Party, Jim Walsh, called Governor Bob Ferguson and Attorney General Nick Brown the Thelma and Louise of the ICE enforcement issue, saying they are driving over a cliff. Ferguson said he recently met with the head of the National Guard to discuss potential scenarios here in Washington. Walsh urged concern over growing protests tied to federal immigration enforcement boiling over into violence. just like the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The legislature is looking to redefine electric bikes based on speed and power and potentially restrict the use of more powerful bikes. Lawmakers might restrict speed on e-bikes to 20 miles an hour and call anything faster than that an e-motorcycle, which would require mandatory training and licensing. Daily bike rider Chris Mendoza told the legislature these more powerful bikes do not belong on trails or sidewalks.
E-bikers, more powerful ones, are zigzagging their way in and out of traffic on the trail. Strollers, toddlers, dog walkers, pedestrians. It's becoming extremely dangerous.
The state is trying to cut down on accidents involving kids using the more powerful bikes. A former Starbucks executive is suing the coffee giant, claiming she was fired for blowing the whistle on safety problems. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery reports.
Janice Wozak filed suit Monday in King County Superior Court. She says Starbucks pushed ahead with a new equipment system called Siren, even after maggots were found in a milk dispenser and one unit caught fire. Wozak claims she was fired days after filing an internal ethics complaint. She's seeking back pay and damages for wrongful termination and sex discrimination. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Starbucks says the allegations are false and that Wozak was fired after an investigation found she violated company policies. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Cloudy and 51 this afternoon. Later this evening, there's talk of rain entering the picture. And then tomorrow, it's kind of a mix of rain and clearing and 50 for the high. We're at 42 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Happy Tuesday to you all. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my friend.
Also to all you listeners out there, welcome to the show. Thank you guys for choosing.
No place else you'd rather be than right here.
There isn't. We get text messages all the time. People say between noon and 3, I just want to sit and be close to you guys through the radio, or however you listen. You might listen on the KIRO Radio app. You might watch us live. You can stream us. You can see us on YouTube, all that fun stuff. We just appreciate you guys hanging out with us. You can text us during the show. We do our best to respond to as many of those as possible. Great way to get story ideas and all that fun stuff. You can text us at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. And the very best of those we take and we turn into a whole segment at the end of the show. We read a bunch of your text messages.
Learn a lot. We learn a lot.
We learn some.
We do. Well, I learn a lot.
Much.
I learn a lot.
Spike always learns a ton.
I do.
Most of it I know already. Just kidding. This is news to me, though. So I was out and about getting stuff done pre-show, and I come back into the building. You say, did you hear about Rick Riz? He has announced that he is retiring.
Yeah.
These moments happen. It's, if you've been following his amazing, legendary career at the Mariners, the guy's in his 70s now, and he's seen it all, and you had to ask yourself, all right, at some point, he's going to want to take a little more time with his family. This is the natural way of things. But it's really sad when somebody announced they're going to leave, and that voice that you associate with baseball, when that steps away, it hurts as much as
changes the game.
Change is hard. Change is really hard. So he has been with the Mariners for 40 years. He's been calling baseball for 51 seasons, and he has been with the Mariners for 40 years. What an amazing career this was. How long have you been?
I've been in the Northwest for 36 years, be 37 years this June and July.
Yeah.
Everything I know about Mariner baseball was Niehaus and Riz. And when we lost Dave, Rick Riz has been a part of everything I know about Mariner baseball for as long as I've been a Mariner fan. And I've been in town more than half my life, and this is my home. This is my team.
So Rick Riz came here, I remember this specifically, in 1983. They paired him up with Dave Niehaus. Now, I was in my mother's womb at the time. But I remember
keep the transistor, right?
She would put the speakers to her belly, and I remember hearing his voice and thinking, he's got talent. He's going to be around for a while. He's pretty good.
This kid's got something.
He's got something.
That's what he said about you.
I said it to him and I couldn't even talk yet.
My first words.
He's got it, and he's got it. And but no, in all seriousness, you grow up listening to these guys, What's fun, too, is like when I think about Mariners announcers, Dave Niehaus is the guy that when I was a kid, he was the guy. But it was Rick who's the bridge who connects me to Dave Niehaus.
Right.
And now for a whole new generation, Rick Riz is the guy. Now, Rick's also kind of the guy for me, too. I mean, like, he's a huge part of what I love about Mariners baseball.
As we experience the highs, some of the highest Mariner baseball success we've ever had was this year.
Unbelievable.
It's Rick Riz.
I'm going to play you
That's the guy that we tie into.
This is, I want to play you this, just a couple clips here because it's just fun to celebrate this guy. And we're going to try to get him on the show this week and we'll talk about it. But this is going to be his final, he's not done.
Right.
His upcoming season.
Yeah, that was a little weird this morning in the office because as the news made its way like a firestorm through the newsroom.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what? No more Rick?
Is he done?
No. He's going to take a season.
He's got one more season.
Yeah.
Here's what needs to happen. Maybe we should just make this prediction right now. Here's what needs to happen. Don't. I'm not going to say it.
Don't.
I'm not going to say it.
No pressure.
Okay, we all know what needs to happen.
Yeah, we do. We know.
We all know what needs to happen.
Right.
That's what needs to happen.
Yes.
Doesn't need to be said. Can be exchanged with a look.
No, we know.
I'm going to look at you, Spike.
Gotcha.
You know what needs
I couldn't agree more with what you didn't say.
Yes.
Couldn't agree more.
Perfect. Okay. Audience, I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah,
and you know what needs to happen this season with the Mariners. Let's all think on it for a second. Put it out there. Very good. We're all in agreement. Excellent.
Pieces are in place.
Listen,
gotta say,
we're in an era right now in Seattle sports where everything's just clicking. Everything is clicking right now. So there's no excuses. They should be good.
You see the article last week. Is this the golden era of Seattle sports?
Yeah.
We didn't really we didn't bite into it here at this show. Other shows took.
We don't bite at every apple.
Yeah. No.
We will now.
We aren't. We are not in a golden era of Seattle sports. I think we're at the threshold
of what could be a golden era.
Yes. A golden era is an extended period of success.
Yeah.
And until the M's raise the trophy.
It
ain't gold. There you go.
Yeah.
So here we are at the doorstep.
Here we're at the doorstep.
And what better way to thank a man
than to do what obviously needs to be done.
A lifetime's worth of passion and excellence.
Yes.
Let
me play you this clip. This is a lot of fun. This is when Ichiro was when he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He took that opportunity to thank Rick, and that's a pretty special thing to have a guy like Ichiro in his moment send it over Rick's way and be like, "Hey, there's a reason. Listen to this." Oh, my audio here. My bad. All right, here he is.
Each spring, my arm was already in shape, waiting for Mariners broadcaster Rick Ritz to say, "Holy smoke! A laser beam strike from Ichiro!"
It's fantastic. Okay, this is. I got to play this call again because it was so much fun. Do you guys remember that crazy game where it went 15 innings? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Just imagine calling a game like that. Think of the voice. I mean, that game alone might be responsible for him having to retire after this next season. He's like, I can't do too many more of those.
Those doctor's orders.
Yeah, doctor said, listen, you gotta sit down.
That's a wreck.
You gotta relax a little bit. All right, this is the Jorge Polanco. This is the Mariners winning the ALDS, 15 inning. I mean, all the pieces of this, and that's the fun part about baseball and the fun part of sports and what Rick has got to just live in for this entire time. Think of all those pieces. Niehaus's daughter going down and sitting by her dad's statue, the guy who used to sit next to Riz in the broadcast booth as Riz is calling the game 15 innings. He's exhausted. Somehow his voice is still pulling him through. I mean, and then to have a moment like this where all of that is just happening in the same moment, that coalesces in one moment, and that's what's so amazing about sports and so fun for this guy that we got to be part of his career and he got to be part of all of our lives too. But here's that moment.
Here we go the stretch. Kenley has got to throw a strike. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, line drive, base hit right field. Jorge Polanco with a walk-off single, and the Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. The Mariners win the battle in Seattle in 15 innings. The Mariners win it 3-2. The Mariners will be on their way to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. What an epic game. 15 innings. Jorge Polanco is getting mobbed out in left field. The Mariners win it. Polanco with a single into right field. J.P. Crawford scores. And in 15 innings, it's the Mariners over the Tigers. A final score of 3-2. This will go down as one of the greatest games in the history of the Mariners franchise.
And there he was, calling the whole thing. Hours and hours and hours. How cool is that?
If you don't get a little soft right now, a little misty right now.
I am.
Yeah. And thinking about we have a year to say thank you to this man and to show our appreciation, our gratitude. A whole year of it.
I think they're going to have some good ratings this year, Spike. I hope this isn't. Here's what I also hope. I hope this isn't like a furniture business where it's like going out of business sale and they just like get a permanent sign made that they put on the window. I'm sure he's not doing that.
I'm going to hang out for one more because I think no.
Or it's not going to be a Tom Brady situation where he walks away, comes back, walks away. I mean,
next time he's calling games for the Tampa Rays. No.
I'm going to take my talent somewhere else. No, it's not that. He's it's a class act. That's the other thing. We didn't plan on talking about Riz for the whole segment, but
it's easy to, isn't it?
It's easy to because he's a great guy. Also, if you've been, you and I have both been fortunate to get a chance to work in local radio. Which means our paths have crossed with him in a way that, as fans, he's still one of those guys where I see him and I get excited,
right?
Because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But he's in the building all the time.
Yeah, he is.
Because we carry the Mariners here, and so he's here all the time doing stuff. And
he's chewing the fat.
Yeah, I walk around the corner. I'm like,
oh, there's Rick Riz. I always try not to. I try not to fanboy out. I feel exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you want to play
cool. Feel it. You want to play it cool.
Yeah.
But you also want to acknowledge, hey, man. How many people we're blessed? How many people get to listen to Rick Riz talk baseball? Just talk about the game, talk about the hot stove leaf, talk about spring practice.
He's just genuinely a nice guy.
Yeah, who genuinely loves this team.
Loves his team. Yeah. Loves the people here.
Yep.
Has such an amazing history with them. I mean, think about that. 40 years. 40 years.
I've been through about eight different bosses, 5 different companies. Over close to 40 years. He's been one guy.
That's crazy.
One team.
That's crazy.
Right?
Since I was in the womb, people. In the womb. All right. Well, God bless Rick Riz. Let's get him on the show. That'd be fun. We'll reach out. We'll get him on. All right. We have something else to talk about. This is not a God bless. I'm not going to say the other side of things, but this is...
this is the other side of the coin.
This is the other side of the coin.
This is the other side of the coin.
Okay, we're going to move in a 180-degree different direction.
I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
I have to highlight this because I left my house this morning at 7:30. I had a meeting I had to be at whatever time early. So I had to get in just a little bit earlier today.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, I know there's going to be some traffic because we have this Revive I-5 thing happening and they have closed down the express lanes heading south in the mornings, even though for all of time they've acknowledged that more people are coming from north to south. So they had the express lanes going north to south. And in the afternoons, they go from south to north. There's a reason for that, but whatever. So I get in my car 2+ hours to get into work. Now I'm up in Snohomish area, so there's a lot of, obviously a lot of people don't live that far away, but there are a lot of people who are in that traffic that I sat side by side with for 2 hours. And I took a little video, and if you guys are going to be watching in just a second, we'll play in just a second on the live stream here. I took a little video while I was stopped in traffic. It was so bad that I pulled my phone out and said, I need to share this with people so they can understand what it's like. Because what I'm trying to highlight here is, and Reagan Dunn, Seattle Times had a piece, and they talked to a bunch of drivers who've been stuck in this stuff. I feel like this is like one of those things that's not even a political issue. This is, this isn't a political side-to-side thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is just people are stuck in traffic, and we're getting tired of it. And the problem that I have with it is WashDOT. Is it Julie Meredith? Is that her name? Julie Meredith?
Yes.
Okay, head of WashDOT.
Who am I standing offer to stay at my house?
She could come sleep over at your house?
Sleep at my place, and she can experience what we experience every morning.
Lend her some of your jammies? Yeah, that's nice.
She gets her own washroom.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sure.
Comes with a continental breakfast.
Oh, that's nice.
And she can, then we can use the HOV lanes, save a few minutes. But they should experience.
But that seems wrong because you can't use the HOV lanes on a normal basis.
I can't. No, I can't.
Because we don't have that here. I mean, we have it for multiple people, but we don't have a toll lane that you could jump into if you need to.
Right. If I could spend the extra $20 a day to get to work on time,
which I might right now if I had the option.
Anyway, I sidetracked you. Go back to your. We're all in this together.
People have presented her with the idea. They said, "Why couldn't you just a couple hours in the morning take the traffic that's so crazy going north to south?" Just alleviate it for a little bit like you do normally when construction is not happening in the express lanes. Open those up. Would you be open to the idea of just exploring that for just a week or two? We're talking about 10 straight months with a little break for FIFA, but 10 months, to at least give it a chance for just a couple of weeks, just to see if it alleviates the traffic in a meaningful way, that it moves it through the region better. And their response was, nah, it's too hard to do. Can't do that. Can't flip them back and forth. This is what she said to James Lynch, who our reporter here, who asked her.
Why not have those lanes accessible to incoming traffic, at least for a couple of hours?
The lanes will be open in the northbound direction while we have the 2-lane closures.
It's not really an answer. That's just a statement of what you're doing. Why not open the lanes? The lanes will not be open. Yeah, no kidding. We know that, but why?
Maybe you missed the maybe you missed the question part of my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not hear the question?
It's not as easy as flipping a switch to switch them.
Yes, it is. It's built into the system. Literally as easy as flipping a switch to switch them.
And so we found that it operates better if we maintain a consistent system rather than take them out of service in order to do the flip the switch back and forth. So it's a better system while we have the closures in place.
You found that it works better. How did
they find that?
Yeah.
Have they tested the alternative?
Right. When you spent the 2 weeks allowing those lanes to be southbound till, say, 7:30 and then making the changeover?
That's all I'm asking, is that they consider trying something different. We don't want state agencies that just bury their heads in the sand like, what's the bird?
The ostrich.
An ostrich?
The ostrich.
Like the lovable ostrich,
sure,
which should be their logo going forward.
Flightless.
Just a flightless bird.
Head in the sand.
Their logo should actually just be the flightless bird, head buried in the sand as it's stuck in traffic.
Being passed by an empty train.
That's what it should be.
Right?
Being passed by an empty train.
I love this job.
As its pockets are being picked of money. It's got no money left because they're taking all your money. Just try something different is my point. Just try something different. And so I'm going to highlight when they're not doing it. So I took a video this morning. Again, I'm in very bad traffic. People are going to, be upset at me that I took.
You
my
were
phone
not
out.
moving, and it's clear from the video.
Well, I'm crawling.
Okay,
I'm crawling. But I needed to highlight. I wanted to show you guys what I'm seeing every single day, because I get off. I drive to Northgate. I get off on that Northgate exit. Then I take back roads, try to get around some of it, and then there's that on ramp at whatever it is, 63rd or whatever that thing is there.
It becomes like Lake City Way and drops you down and back onto the freeway.
Yeah. Sure. So and you have a sky view of the express lanes driving underneath you. And let's play this video, Jonah. Look at this. Okay, express lanes closed. Yada yada yada. Tons of bad traffic. Look at express lanes wide open. Now watch this shot that I got as I go over the overpass onto the entry ramp. There are cars backed up for hours and hours and hours, and I can literally, with my 2 hands, count the number of cars driving those lanes.
Now, did you AI those cars out?
I did not.
There aren't dozens and dozens of cars using that Northern Express lane?
Nope. This is just how it looks, and it's empty, and there's nobody there. So my question is, how do they account for this? How do they account for that decision-making? They don't seem to have any care at all that people are saying, hey, try something different. Don't be an ostrich, right?
Right.
Don't be an ostrich, Julie Meredith. You're a person.
Fly with the osprey, the seagull. The Seahawk, actually.
I gotta fly. I'm a peacock. I gotta fly. Just try something different. I put a petition together.
Petition in the field. Yeah.
People should sign it.
Yeah. Where can they find it?
On my X page at Jake Skorheim. You can find it there. Also, I posted this video. You can share it with people so they can see what we're going through. And I'm going to get a lot of text messages from folks saying, okay, well, what about the people driving south to north? Totally understand that, but those express lanes, that is before they exit into that area of Seattle. I mean, there's nobody on them.
Right, that's on its way to up to Northgate.
The argument that they're making is, well, it helps move traffic past into Northgate. Well, there's clearly nobody going into Northgate, it seems, or past Northgate.
Glad you're here.
Speaking of birds, I got a great bird story for you later.
Really?
Yeah, you and I love birds.
We do.
We love to listen to birds.
I didn't realize how much I love birds.
People love birds, and there's a very famous athlete who we love here in Seattle, who apparently is a birder.
A birder?
He's a birder, and he plays for the Seahawks. Isn't that ironic? And
yeah,
he's a quarterback.
What?
So I'm going to play you some audio of him talking about being a birder. We'll play that in just a little bit. A lot of stuff. Chris Sullivan's going to join us next. You guys want to talk about these e-bikes? This is a crazy story. You've probably seen them in your neighborhood. Flying by, dangerous. Is it a bike? Is it a motorcycle? Nobody knows. Chris Sullivan's going to help us out. Yeah, it's a menace. Stick around. Be right back.
Holy smokes!
For 40 years, he's been part of the soundtrack of summer across the Pacific Northwest.
The Griffeys with back-to-back home runs.
KIRO News Radio congratulates Rick Riz.
Everybody scores.
Season 41 may be his last, but it promises to be one to remember.
The modern-day Bambino, Cal Raleigh.
We can't wait. From KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got 3 options. Number 1, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled Tila, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in 1 day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands. Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A 20-year-old man is recovering from gunshot wounds, and Seattle police are looking for multiple shooters following early morning gunfire in North Seattle. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Police were called to 98th and Aurora just before 1 a.m. 911 callers reporting multiple rounds fired and one man injured. SPD Detective Eric Munoz explains.
Multiple suspects shot at the victim while he was sitting inside of his car. We don't have any motive or understanding of the shooting yet. Those circumstances are under investigation.
The suspects fled before police arrived. The victim is listed in critical condition. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A scare for Black Diamond Elementary School families yesterday. A student brought a 3D printed toy gun to school. Police responded and quickly determined it was a toy and did not work. They confiscated it. Enumclaw School District staff say the school will follow normal disciplinary procedures in dealing with the student who brought it to school, and they are sending reminders home to parents to not allow their students to bring weapons or even toy weapons to class. Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores are on the chopping block. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery reports.
Amazon says grocery sales have taken off over the last 20 years, but the company wants to prioritize online orders and delivery along with select in-person experiences. Orders of perishable groceries through same-day delivery have shot up 40 times since January 2025, and the company is testing Amazon Now 30-minute delivery in parts of Seattle and Philadelphia. So Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores will close nationwide. Some will convert to Whole Foods, and Amazon will add more of those locations in the coming years. You can read more about this on mynorthwest.com. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
And we'll reach out to Amazon and monitor state databases to find out what this could mean for job losses. Protesters flocked to the federal building in downtown Seattle Monday, demanding an end to national immigration crackdowns. This woman spoke to KIRO 7 TV.
It is our time as the people to get out and speak and not be silent.
Hospital workers also held a vigil at Harborview Medical Center for Alex Preddy. He was an ICU nurse and the second person in a few weeks to die in confrontations with Border Patrol agents in Minneapolis. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic. Northbound 405 and Northeast 160th in Bothell, a collision blocks your right lane. This is about a 10-minute delay now between Bellevue and Linwood. South 405 still just a little crowded between I-90 and 112th from an earlier collision. Bellevue to Renton, just under 20 minutes. Here in Seattle, we're looking good. North 5, you've got about a mile back up there at the Ship Canal Bridge due to our Revive I-5 project. And South 5 looks great, just a little crowding through the U District. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. It will stay mostly cloudy today with a high around 51. And our old friend, the rain, makes its return this evening, heavy at times tomorrow. 48 and overcast in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Very excited to have this guy on with us right now. This is a very important story, and it's one that I think a lot of people are seeing almost like a sickness spread over the communities.
Sweeping through the communities.
Flying through the communities.
A threat to safety.
It's for sure a threat to safety.
Yeah.
I have a personal story about this that I'll share in just a minute, but let's get him on first. Chris Sullivan, welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
Chris,
good to be here.
Great to have you here. All right.
Are these attacking traffic cones? What's the threat?
Well, you have a story on mynorthwest.com people can read about right now. It's about these e-bikes. They're everywhere.
Right.
E-bikes.
Yep.
Tell us about these e-bikes.
Okay, well, e-bikes, have been around for a while, and, there's very simple rules that guide them. But what's happened over the last couple of years, last decade or so, things that fall under the umbrella of e-bike really are no longer e-bikes. they're closer to motorcycles based on their speed, their power, and what they can do and what they can't do.
And their weight. Some of these are very heavy.
They're very heavy.
So it's not just the pedal assist anymore?
No. Well, see, pedal assist. Okay, see, there are 3 types of e-bikes that are classified in the state. First one, pedal assist, 20 miles an hour max.
Yeah.
Class 2, you can have a throttle assist as well as a pedal and 20 miles an hour max. Class 3 can go up to 28 miles an hour, but again, pedal assist. Those are the maxes. It can max of 28 miles an hour. You have to have pedals, and the max wattage on the battery is 750 watts. Those are allowed on trails and things, those sidewalks. That's what an e-bike is.
Your bike path, yeah.
Correct. But what we have now are bikes with 1,000-watt power sources that can go 50, 60 miles an hour, have no pedals, are basically motorcycles, but they're still branded to families and to people as e-bikes because they're still electric. And there is no guidance, no requirements, no regulations on these more powerful bikes in our state, only just those 3 classes I told you about. So the legislature is trying to figure out, how do we redefine what is, what isn't? Because you're not supposed to ride anything that goes over 28 miles an hour if you're under 16. And we have kids younger than that right now riding ones going 40 or 50 on our streets, on parks, on the Burke-Gilman Trail, all over the place.
Cow.
And they're trying to figure out, how do we, rein this in?
Yeah.
Here's just my 30,000-foot middle-aged man point of view on this. Every single one of these that I see on the road, they're all 12-year-old boys zooming around on these stupid things.
Why wouldn't you?
Don't get me wrong. When I was 12, this would have been sweet to have.
It's a motorcycle.
Yeah. So I rode dirt bikes as a kid. And one of the things that is a dirt bike, and my dirt bike did not go a whole lot faster than these e-bikes go.
Yeah.
But I knew as a kid, I'm not allowed to ride these dirt bikes on the sidewalk.
Or the street.
That's not something
Alone the street.
Or the street.
Yeah, right.
But these kids are empowered because they think they can tell somebody, oh, this is just a bike. I'm riding a bike. And then they end up going on the sidewalks and they're zooming by you at 35 miles an hour, doing God knows what kind of damage if they were to run into somebody, which does happen.
So alone themselves. Yeah.
And the laws on these, Chris, you can't ride these on the sidewalk at that speed.
No, technically, no, because they're, but again, it's a gray area because there's nothing that quantifies what these more powerful bikes are. They're only what an e-bike is. And so people are like, well, because they're electric, it's okay. But if it doesn't have pedals, it's pretty much no longer an e-bike. But there's nothing in the rules that says that.
That says that it has to have pedals.
You're right, it has to have pedals, but that doesn't mean and so people are buying these and the rules are somewhat
it's
muddy.
It's a tricky gray area.
Yeah. So what people are seeing is that, the people are riding on the Burke-Gilman Trail, or they're walking, they're running, they're walking their dogs, and they're getting zoomed by at 35, 40, 50 miles an hour on these electric motorcycles. So the legislature wants to find out, okay, well then if we reclassify these, okay, here's what e-bikes are. These are e-motorcycles. Well then, with that kind of power, maybe you need to be 16. Maybe you need to have a license. Maybe you need driver's ed. Maybe you need different insurance. All of these different things that would really cut into what these kids are doing, get rid of their fun. I mean, I get it. When I was their age, I would have thought this was the greatest thing in the history of the world.
Yeah, me too.
But now that I'm my age and they're running around my neighborhood, it's scary because they don't know the rules of the road. They don't understand what, I get to turn first before you because they've never taken that training. So that's what the legislature is looking at.
12-year-old little punks doing wheelies.
How is there no age limit on this thing? So did the marketplace just evolve to have
Correct.
these new, more powerful, more higher speed?
And a lot of them are buying them straight from China. Just straight up. Because there's this one, if you go to the link at mynorthwest.com, our good friend Charlie Harger, his son Sam has one of these bikes, and he showed me what it is. I mean, it's a dirt bike. $1,200 straight from Japan. Doesn't have any of the markings on it that you're supposed to have if you buy them in Washington State. It's supposed to say max speed, max wattage, whatever.
Right.
Those aren't there when you buy these things. And I think some parents may be buying them thinking, oh, it's just an e-bike.
Yeah.
No big deal. But they're really giving them an e-dirt bike. It's a motorcycle.
So in my neighborhood, these are quickly becoming very popular.
Okay.
And there are, I'm not going to say who these kids are, but I know where they live. And there's 3 of them. And they're all in the same neighborhood. And they ride around on the sidewalks.
At these high speeds.
At these high speeds. They don't want to be on the road because obviously they're not full-on vehicles and they think that they're allowed to ride on the sidewalks. But the truth is that they're not. Nobody's told these kids. And so you end up having people like me just yell at them every time I see them. But we were waiting. This was probably a month ago. I had gotten back early enough. Traffic was great. It's a rare occasion, but whatever. I got back early enough that I could meet my kids off of the school bus with my wife. So we go down there. I'm with my wife and my 1-year-old. Our neighbor is there with her little daughter, who's probably 4 or whatever. I don't know how old she is. She's 4 years old, I think. She's kind of waddling around, being a 4-year-old. Around the corner comes this. They're like ring wraiths almost in my head. I mean, these like horrible bikes just zooming by. And because they're electric, you're not getting a big warning that they're coming at you. They zoom around the corner. I spot out of the corner of my eye this dark flash as these e-bikes are coming at us, probably going, no joke, at least 30 miles an hour.
Good Lord. And
so what I did real fast, this little 4-year-old is waiting for her big sister to get off the bus. And so I reach over and I grab the 4-year-old and I have to swing her out of the way.
Yeah.
And these kids who are, 12, they're not trying to hurt people, but they just don't know the rules of the road.
They're irresponsible at that age, of course.
Zoom on by. And so, of course, I'm like, I'm throwing up a fist. I'm like, hey, you kids, slow down. I'm yelling at them. But they, again, they don't care because they're just like scared to death that they have to, then an adult is screaming at them, which is the correct feeling. They should be scared. And think of what would have happened if I wouldn't have been there to pull that 4-year-old. Somebody could have got really, really hurt. And now not only is that 4-year-old going to be really hurt, the 12-year-old kid riding on the e-bike, again, when I was 12, I would have probably done the same thing.
Sure.
His life would be altered if he hurt a child. He doesn't want to hurt that kid. No. So everybody's in a situation they don't want to be in because the rules haven't been established. It's a new technology. It's like the cutting edge of technology.
Yeah, and that's understandable that there's not rules in place, but clearly something needs to change here.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to get at, is try to figure out how to deal with this emerging technology.
What's the time frame? Do we know?
Now it's been heard in the Senate, heard in the House, and what this bill would do, it wouldn't change anything right away. These bills would basically say, okay, once the session is over, again, short session, we have until the rest of this year to formulate what we think the rules should be or shouldn't be, who is and who isn't, so that they can go into the long session next year with a framework and maybe pass a bill to say, okay, e-bikes are this. Anything other than that is an e-motorcycle. If you have an e-motorcycle, you need to do this, and this.
Gotta have tags on it. Yeah.
But again,
Well, we're looking at another year.
We're looking at another year before that actual substantive bill gets just short session.
Aren't there emergencies? I mean, you're talking about.
They could. And again,
what's it going to take? Somebody getting killed?
Well, they had a bunch of
anything goes over 30 miles an hour, you need a license and a helmet.
We had a couple. There were a bunch of high school students who testified in the House. One of which was riding on the bike of one of these things when she was like 4 or 5 years younger, at 12, 13. They didn't know how fast it accelerated. They lost it. She had to go to the hospital, multiple surgeries. Talking to the legislators about it. So again. They've had hearings. They could choose to do anything they want in terms of speeding it up, maybe go, okay, the work group's got to be done and we want something. I don't know if it's so fast to be able to come up with an actual framework to do what the definitions are in that time frame. But that's the plan, is to have those definitions kind of set out, and then they'll rule on it next year. And then maybe next year we can have some clarity on what these are or aren't and who should be writing them and where.
What you can do right now is let parents out there who's listening.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
Let them know, because they may have bought this thing and not had any idea that it's really not an e-bike.
You love your kids. You want them to have fun. You don't realize the toy you're giving them could be really dangerous.
Of course. I don't want to shame them. No, it's a great gift.
You.
But no, just be aware of what you're actually getting.
And what you can and can't do with it.
Yeah.
And to all those kids out there, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down, you little punks. All right. That's Chris Sullivan. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Check out the story on mynorthwest.com and share it with a friend if you think they need to slow their kid down on the e-bike. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Leaking in rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Hot air rises, and if your attic isn't properly insulated, that hot air, it's going to rise right through your ceiling, into your attic, and out your roof that's far past its half-life. That's cold and expensive. Get this, 25% of your home's heat loss is through your attic. So if your furnace is working overtime, it's time to call Valentine. And right now, Valentine has a great winter special. You can bundle attic insulation with any new roof. You're going to save an additional 10% off your entire project. Plus, with Valentine's financing options, boy, do they make it easy. No matter what your home needs, insulation, gutters, siding, or new roof, you're guaranteed the Valentine experience. It's that seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, extra mile service, even in this winter weather. My home's protected by Valentine. They keep me off the roof, which keep my wife and kids happy. I trust them to help you too. To lock in your winter bundle savings, call 206 Roofing today. Again, that's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine vans, you know your home is in good hands.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report.
No big, just a loose gas cap.
And gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Breast cancer is a tough battle for anyone to fight. But when you can't work, care for your kids, or even put food on the table, that diagnosis can be devastating. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to support Northwest Hope and Healing. Our mission is to provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare, so patients can focus on healing. For more than 25 years, Northwest Hope and Healing has distributed over $3 million to thousands of local cancer patients, and you can help make a difference in our community. Join us on Saturday, January 31st for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of fine wine, gourmet cuisine, and inspiration at Mary Hill Winery in the heart of Woodinville wine country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support on January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. we can help.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Schedule your free consultation at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance.
All right, welcome back to the show. I saw this story. I was really interested in this because so much of our conversations these days is about the price of everything. It's so expensive. Gas is insane.
Mm-hmm.
The Climate Commitment Act is trying to pick your pocket every time you go to the...
They're doing it daily.
Successfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just...
They're wasting and wasting and
literally
wasting
cutting my pants
our
open,
money.
stealing my money. And so how do you avoid that? Well, one of the options is an EV. People can do electric cars or hybrids.
Yeah, but what's the drawback?
The drawback is they take forever to charge.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad every time I go to Target, which is more than I want to be going to Target. It's just close to my house, and so it's very easy to just say, you got to pick up.
Don't apologize for convenience and value. Don't apologize for that.
No, I'm apologizing for it. Anyway, but they have a charging station.
Yeah. I see them at the local Fred
And I
Meyer.
see people there and I always think, these poor folks who have to leave their house and then just sit in their car for 20 minutes, however long it takes to charge
I saw this guy at 11:30 at night the other night. Had to make a run late into the city, drop my kid off school. School was back in after the winter break, coming home late at night. There's a guy sitting at the charging station at 11:30 at night.
Just reading his phone.
Yep, exactly.
Soft blue light.
Yeah, of depression.
Illuminating his face.
And gloom.
Yeah.
While he's waiting for his... And don't get me wrong, you know me. I want my kids to have clean air. I love the environment. I'm all for it.
Sure.
Let's make sure our money is effectively and efficiently used.
Yeah, but if you're not actually fighting the environment with the money you're taking from people, then you're wasting everyone's money.
Exactly. But if you got an EV and there's not enough charging stations,
it can be a real problem.
It's a problem.
Also, the length of time it takes to charge this thing is crazy.
Horrible.
So there's this company who is in Finland. They're a Finnish startup called Donut Lab. Sounds delicious, but it's not what you think it is. They make batteries. They say they have come up with the holy grail of batteries.
I saw the story. You brought the story in, and I thank you. I'm telling you,
You're welcome.
We're going to look back on this day.
Well,
we're going to look back on this day.
If it's real, it's not the first company to say that they've gotten close to this or promising this. It remains to be seen, but they say they have what's called a... I guess the difference in these types of batteries is they have something called a solid-state battery.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't explain to you all the ins and outs of how a battery works. I just know that if it's not charged, it's not going to run.
Well, what do we know about the current batteries of electric vehicles? What are they made with? Lithium.
Lithium?
And those big pits we see all over scarring the world.
Sure.
Mining lithium. Right? You hear about these kids digging lithium mines with their teeth.
Does this not have...
child abuse?
This doesn't have... bad stuff in it? Does this not have bad stuff? Is this a healthy battery?
I think this is a healthier battery.
Oh, okay.
But the point being, it lasts.
Well, the point is,
it lasts.
The only thing that I saw that I was like, whoa, is they claim that you can go from 0 to 100% charged in 5 minutes. And they say you have zero loss of battery charging over 100,000 charge cycles.
Right, 100,000 charge cycles.
Seems like a lot.
Well, do the math. If you, how many miles do you get out of a charge? Maybe 200. Not being careful with my estimate, right? I mean, full battery charge about 200 miles.
Well, so
that's 2 million. 100,000 charges is 2 million miles.
Well, this says it holds twice as much energy per pound as the regular batteries.
Okay, so maybe
not
even
only they
more.
say it's double efficient and it charges in 5 minutes versus what they do now, which is like what 20 minutes.
Right. So if this
for
was
80%, they say we can get up
was-
to 80%, 15 minutes or whatever.
If this is the real McCoy, if this is the Holy Grail, like that means that's the last battery your electric car will ever need.
That's what they're saying.
And it will
they say-
charge in 5 minutes.
They say it also loses. The other thing about batteries is in cold weather, they get zapped dry
Yes,
really fast. And they're saying in up to negative 22 degrees, there's no loss of functionality in the battery. So all these are all very big claims.
Yeah.
The problem, though, is it's a motorcycle company that's come up with this in conjunction with this Finnish startup. If this is indeed the holy grail of batteries, why don't they have more than, I think they have $60 million in investments right now. Wouldn't this be a company that you would think would have like $10 billion in investors lining up?
Well, here's where my tinfoil hat comes in.
Okay, say it.
Have you ever seen the movie Who Killed the Electric Vehicle? Have you heard about the movie at
I
least?
have not
Who Killed?
heard that or seen it.
You know, okay.
Is
look
it about
up.
somebody who kills an electric vehicle?
It was about there was electric vehicle technology decades and decades and decades ago. But
long time ago.
The folks who make gas-powered cars didn't want this technology out there.
You know what's interesting? I do know a little bit about this just from looking into other electric stuff.
Uh-huh.
at one time in New York, like 100 years ago, most of the taxis were electric.
Right.
And they had charging stations all over. Now, they could only go like a mile, but, it's New York, so you're not having to go that far.
Right.
And they would have to charge for huge chunks of the day because, again, the technology. But that's like 100 years ago.
Right. And my fear is that these guys are going to get bought up by a big company, one of these Samsungs, one of these big battery-making giants.
Sure.
And put on a shelf.
Oh, really?
Next to the Ark of the Covenant.
We'll see what happens. Oh, in that warehouse.
Right?
Yeah, totally right. We'll see. We shall see. Or we won't, and then you'll have your answer. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Holy smokes! For 40 years, he's been part of the soundtrack of summer across the Pacific Northwest.
The Griffeys with back-to-back home runs!
KIRO News Radio congratulates Rick Riz.
Everybody scores!
Season 41 may be his last, but it promises to be one to remember.
The modern-day Bambino, Cal Raleigh.
We can't wait. From KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Right now, get a free furnace with the purchase of a premium heat pump and air cleaning package at CM Heating. Start today with an always free estimate. There's no beating CM Heating for heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical. Go to cmheating.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about football. It's exciting when Seattle fans shake the earth. You can even feel that energy on your 100-inch variable refresh QLED surround sound 7.1. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know that enjoying the game often involves alcohol. And the police know it too. Have fun, be responsible on game day, and pace yourself. If you feel sacked in the fourth quarter, get a designated driver to take you to your end zone. If you get carried away with too many Bloody Marys after too many Hail Marys, call for a timeout. You get the point. Be safe. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. Watching the game in your blue and green jersey is a lot more fun than wearing an orange jumpsuit.
1-800-DUI-AWAY. Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Brandy Cruz. Hey, Brandy, why? Why First Mark Insurance?
Service. I wondered for a second whether I was getting the VIP treatment. And I kind of asked, hey, is this what you do for everyone? And they're like, of course. The whole First Mark Challenge is meant to be personal, right? So it really is tailored and meant to be a personal experience for every single person. I will say I've just done whatever is the quickest and cheapest type of insurance. And I realized while I was doing it, wow, this is what it feels like to get insurance as a real adult. We had 1 million questions and they walked us through every step of the process. And then they're working for you. So they're not working for insurance companies, they're working for you. To experience that level of service really shows you what the difference is with First Mark.
Brandy did it. My family did it. You got to do it. It's totally free. Take the First Mark Challenge. See how much money they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. At least 32 deaths are blamed on the winter storm that stretched from New Mexico to Maine. Eastern Texas through western Pennsylvania are under extreme cold warnings. More from CBS's Allison Keyes.
3 brothers between the ages of 6 and 9 are dead after falling through a pond in North Texas. And in Nashville, this couple is at home with no heat.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah.
There's no option, really. We're just cold.
In Mississippi, the problem is the ice.
This is insane. It's never been this bad here, I don't think.
1 person died in Ohio after being run over by a snowplow, and another was killed the same way in Massachusetts. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
According to PowerOutage.us, over 450,000 customers in 5 states from Texas to Kentucky are without power. A law enforcement source tells CBS News that U.S. Border Patrol agents attempted to stop a pickup truck in Arivaca, Arizona. Once stopped, the driver fled officials on foot. The source says that the driver opened fire on a U.S. Customs and Border Protection helicopter and personnel responding on the ground. Border Patrol agents returned fire, striking the man. The FBI Phoenix Tucson office and Customs and Border Protection are involved in the investigation. Before heading to Iowa, President Trump has told reporters that when it comes to looking into the death of ICU nurse Alex Preddy in Minneapolis last weekend by federal immigration officers.
We're doing a big investigation. I want to see the investigation. I'm going to be watching over it. I want a very honorable and honest investigation. I have to see it myself.
Senators return to Capitol Hill as a deal to avoid another government shutdown begins to unravel. Democrats are vowing to oppose a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security following the shooting death of Alex Preddy. CBS's Nicole Killian on Capitol Hill.
The first vote on a funding package won't come until Thursday, which really just leaves about 24 hours to try to get this all resolved before that January 30th funding deadline.
No more open seating system at Southwest Airlines. Customers now have assigned seats.
I checked in like 2 hours ago and I have my seat already and I feel great. Like, it's amazing, honestly.
New airfare tiers include the option of paying more to get a preferred seat closer to the front of the plane or seats with extra legroom. Jewish people around the world are marking Holocaust Remembrance Day, marking the day in 1945 when the Auschwitz concentration camp was liberated. In Budapest, Hungary, a gathering included some survivors of the Holocaust. A sell-off of healthcare stocks hit the Dow, which closed down 409 points today on Wall Street. The Nasdaq closed up 215. S&P 500 jumped 28. This is CBS News.
I'm Major Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The 2026 season will be the last for a Mariners veteran. More on that on the way. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by the Tacoma Home and Garden Show. Hey, it's a good time to hit the road. Most all of our major routes right now are wide open, with the exception of Bothell, northbound 405 and northeast 160th. We're still dealing with this collision blocking your right lane. That backup has thinned out, but you're still slow from about northeast 124th. Bellevue to Linwood, we're down to a 20-minute commute, about a 5-minute delay. Here in Seattle, North 5, you got about a mile or so thick backup at that Ship Canal Bridge, where 2 left lanes are closed through June for a Revive I-5. South 5, just a little crowding through the U District into downtown, but overall looking really good. And then South 405, still just a little crowded as you make your way through Factoria from an earlier collision. The Tacoma Home and Garden Show, presented by Puyallup Chocolates, January 29th through February 1st at the Tacoma Dome. For info and discount tickets, go to TacomaHomeandGardenShow.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Rick Riz, the longtime voice of the Seattle Mariners, has announced that the 2026 season will be his last. Riz will remain on the Mariners radio network call on Seattle sports this year, which will be his 41st season as an M's broadcaster, the most in team history. He spoke with Seattle's Morning News at the end of the Mariners playoff run last October.
It's
been a great run, and the best thing that ever happened to me was Dave Niehaus. You know, I got here in 1983 as a young broadcaster, and David liked my tape, and it was the greatest thing in the world that happened to me because I got a chance to raise my family here and my grandkids because of David.
Other than a 3-season stint with the Detroit Tigers from 92 to 94, Rizzo spent his entire MLB broadcasting career right here with the Seattle Mariners. The NFL is denying an internet conspiracy theory that they predetermined the Seahawks and Patriots would meet in Super Bowl 60 months ago. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey explains.
At the center of the conspiracy theory, a graphic originally published by the NFL in September, depicting players from all 32 teams on a road toward Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Leading the pack, Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold and New England Patriots quarterback Drake May. Reaction on the NFL Network's Rich Eisen show.
That's fantastic. Darnold and May are up front. Up front.
The NFL says there is no conspiracy. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A 40-year-old Everett man will spend 6 years in prison for dealing fentanyl. The U.S. Attorney's Office called him a significant dealer who was caught in a federal wiretap investigation that ended with 14 arrests in 2025. Investigators say the man distributed thousands of pills, each delivered a powerful and potentially fatal dose. Even after law enforcement seized 5,000 pills from him in a traffic stop, court documents say the man kept dealing. A national blood shortage is made worse by extreme weather around the country. Last week, Bloodworks Northwest, our region's major blood bank, declared a code red shortage. Between the holidays and flooding, blood drives were canceled and donation appointments were not filled. Even with Washington's supply at a critical shortage, Bloodworks is sending blood to places like Texas because snowstorms there have decimated the supply even further. You're asked to donate now. Bloodworks has over 23,000 open appointments now through Valentine's Day. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Our dry streak is coming to an end later this evening or at least by early tomorrow. In the meantime, though, how about a partly sunny afternoon and 51 in Seattle? Mostly cloudy and 48 right now downtown. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. You lucky ducks. So much great stuff to talk about. Can we step outside of me yelling about traffic for just a minute? And can we talk a little bit?
Yeah, do us all good. You good especially. Yeah,
good
sure.
Be heart healthy.
Yes.
To take a break from it for a second. Yes. It's good to talk about things that kind of uplift everybody that we can all agree on. I mean, we all agree that we hate traffic, and WashDOT's totally blowing it. But let's move on to something else for a moment. Seahawks.
Sure. Absolutely.
What are we, 12 days away? 12 days away from the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? Because it's going to be on Sunday?
12 days.
Sunday next?
That's 288 hours plus what? 280,
divided by
about 290 hours right now from this minute.
So that's 12 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my dumb math doing it real fast.
You're fast.
I can read a calendar. So Seahawks are going to be playing. When they made it into the Super Bowl, they had the big NFC Championship, the presentation of the trophy.
Yeah, right on stage.
Mike McDonald gets on stage, and he was there with, what's his face?
Strahan.
Nice guy. Strahan.
Michael Strahan.
Who's presenting.
The Gap.
Yes.
Mickey the Gap, they called him.
Mickey the Gap.
Because he could shoot the gap and
shoot the gap.
quarterbacks, yes. What about his teeth at all?
He has a gap in his teeth?
No, it's
I didn't know it.
Not that I noticed.
Nobody notices.
You know you can spit pumpkin seeds 30 feet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a cool talent.
It is. That's what got him on Good Morning America.
The bar is pretty low for what gets you that show. Spit pumpkin seeds. All right, so Mike McDonald said so. He was asked about, basically the question was, there's all these comparisons between you and the 49ers and the Rams and...
Well, yeah, we were picked by a lot of people to finish last in this division this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fourth in the NFC West.
Yeah, we see how that turned out.
And he asked Mike what his thoughts were. He tried that. Strahan repeated that numerous times. He tried it with Sam about the comeback and your legacy and all that. And he asked Mike about being taken for granted, overlooked for the West.
Do you feel like he was trying to stir up controversy?
Absolutely. He was looking for his little soundbite.
He was looking for a soundbite. Yep. He got one that I don't think he intended on getting.
Nope.
It's the best type of a soundbite. Not one that you're preparing for, but like an actual spontaneous Mike McDonald revealing something about himself in the comment that he made and about his coaching style and the team, which was fun. But this moment went viral. Everybody was talking about it. Here's the question. Here's the answer. Oh, and here's the audio.
I'm speechless. I'll tell you what. This is the power of 12 as one, man. This is a heck of a job. When you do it together, this is what you can do. How about the 12s?
Now, coming into the season, you were an afterthought to the Rams, to the 49ers. How did it feel to go through both of those teams to earn your trip to the Super Bowl?
We did not care.
I love all the faces behind him, too. All the coaches are, laughing.
It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we did not care. It's actually a really good approach to life. If I'm being, that's a good, if you can adopt that feeling about stuff that comes your way, controversy that might come your way, other people's feelings about you, what they think you should be having to overcome, just go, we did not care.
Well, and I love how he delivered it. Did you see the story about that one?
I think we're going to play it.
Okay,
he was asked about that.
Yes.
Was this on Brock and Salk?
Brock and Salk, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So he's on Brock and Salk, and he's doing the Mike McDonald. Is it the Mike McDonald show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was stupid for him to do the other coach's show. It didn't make any sense. Confused people. By the way, you can get the T-shirts now available.
They sell this? We did not care?
SimplySeattle.com.
We did not care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Those are just spontaneous moments that you can't create.
Right.
And that
they didn't have the shirts printed up ahead of time.
Yeah.
No. This was an organic, authentic moment.
I think it lands with people because it actually does sum up what Seattle sports fans have to kind of adopt, because we all feel like we're not getting as much respect outside of the region that we should be getting.
I watched the game with the sound off, right? I figured out the sequencing.
Sure.
I've been able to listen to Rabes and Wyman.
Yep.
And watch the game, but get our guys.
Yeah.
I watched the game again Sunday night. I went back and watched the video because I recorded it on my TV.
With the broadcasting.
With them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, it was a. I love Matthew Stafford. I think he's great. 17-year pro, got a cute family. He's a hardworking, tough guy.
Yeah, everybody likes him.
We love him.
We love him.
It was a coronation.
Yeah,
they were so convinced in the fourth quarter. I mean, from the tone of, was it Brady? And I'm not sure who the play-by-play guy was. They were so convinced that the Rams were the better team and were going to prevail over this defense. And the Rams,
that's what it felt
like. Rams would not go away. Down 11 twice, would not go away.
Oh, great! And both quarterbacks phenomenal.
Thanks, Brady. Kevin Burkhardt was the play-by-play guy. Brady did color. But listen to these two chuckleheads just anoint Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Yeah.
And McVay, who blew the game on two really bad coaching choices.
Those late timeouts.
Yes, the late timeouts and not going for two,
not kicking,
right? I mean,
or whatever.
But my point being, we're being overlooked. You're right. You're spot on.
Yeah, because that's how we feel.
This speaks to us.
We feel, and it's not just football. It's in baseball.
You bet.
It's the whole thing. It's like not giving Cal the MVP. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
If he plays
if he played for the Yankees
or the Dodgers
or the Dodgers, even a bigger market
the Rams,
team,
the Dodgers,
anybody else,
we gotta put up with this 1 and 2 market garbage.
Yeah, ridiculous. But anyway, this is Mike McDonald. He's on Brock and Salk. He's describing the mental process as he's spitting those words out on a national stage, and it might surprise you.
Some million viewers.
Yeah, it might surprise you what he was thinking about. Listen to this.
And so I didn't know what I was going to say, but then this is the God's honest truth. Okay, so I'm sitting up there, I'm listening to Cam talk, and I can't hear him. I'm from here. I'm from like him to me and Dave. Yeah. And so I'm like, man, if I'm talking like, do I need to like slow down or something? Like it's an echo, and I'm here. It's like, when you sing the national anthem, you're like hearing the person in front of you, and you don't hear. So classic overthink, So I'm like, well, maybe I need to slow down when I'm talking, and say it louder because I can't hear. So I'm like yelling into the mic and like talking all slow. And then shout out to Michael Sean when as Michael Strahan's asking me the question, I thought of Michael Sean's question that he asked me at the end of camp about like where they had us slated in the thing, and I was like, bro, we really don't care.
Bro, I really don't care. I don't care. I just care where we're at. It's not trying to be a chotch, but just don't care.
Remember? And so that's why I said it, because that's the only thing I could think of.
That's so funny.
We all did not care.
We all think he's trying to make a big statement,
right?
But he's actually just like not sure if he can
hear
people
me.
can hear him.
Well, he said because Cam was so excited. I loved that they had Cam up there.
Yeah,
but I couldn't understand a word Cam was saying, so maybe I'll just be more articulate and clear and distinct. And
he ends up sounding like a caveman. So funny. We did not care.
He sounded like Braveheart. He's up there, freedom.
So funny. I love that. All right. Speaking of Seahawks and behind the scenes stuff, did you see this story? Seattle Times. My Northwest has this story up, and you can read about it there. It was highlighted by something that was actually also written about in The Athletic. There was some behind the scenes drama happening with Cooper Kupp and the Seahawks and the Rams.
Oh, when he left
previous season's matchup.
Yes.
That may have played a part in that amazing comeback. We all remember the game, right? Mm-hmm. Where they're down, was it 16 going into the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
The odds of winning the game going into the fourth quarter down 16, I don't think the Seahawks had ever successfully come back by that many points in a quarter before. Okay. They were like 0-172 or something.
Right.
And the Rams were almost the mere opposite success. They were like...
They've never blown a big lead
they were like...
big,
they were 172-0.
Right.
Like, or whatever the numbers were. They were very close.
180-something. Oh, yeah.
But they always win, and the Seahawks or any team down 16 points in the last quarter, you're always going to...
We're not the only people that can't overcome 16-point deficits.
3% chance of coming back and winning that game.
Right.
So if you were betting during the game, if you're doing one of those things, your odds of, that's 97% chance that you're going to lose that bet. And somehow the Seahawks found what they needed to come back. What an amazing game. So much fun to watch. And it's the reason that they got all the home field advantage, and the Rams would have had it otherwise.
Right.
All that to say, apparently part of what really jacked them all up going into halftime was some behind the scenes stuff. I guess you remember in Kupp in that game, he drops a punt, and one of the coaches on the Rams is kind of snickering at that.
Right.
And that gets back to the Seahawks.
And
they're kind of snickering at it. And why were they laughing at Kupp for doing that?
Well, they were laughing at also, I think it was Ernest Jones also. So they were laughing at us because they thought we were dead in the water.
Yeah.
And they were just snide and disrespectful.
And it was also the history that Kupp had with the Rams, where
when
he was leaving, when they didn't, then they didn't bring him back.
Right.
And he was there for what, 8 seasons?
8 seasons, his entirety of his career prior to coming here.
So he was there for 8 seasons.
Super Bowl MVP,
right? Superstar, and then they get Puka, and obviously, Kupp's a little older, doesn't have the, whatever. Apparently, according to the story in The Athletic, the Rams were trying to convince other teams to not even sign Kupp.
Right.
They were trying to tell him he should retire.
Yes.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. It makes no sense.
After
all that he had done for that club?
Yeah, but I don't understand why they would wish him to not have success somewhere else. If the story's true, why wouldn't they want him to go off and all right, go achieve something else? Unless they were afraid that he could do some damage by being playing for a different team.
Well, apparently they had genuine reason for concern, given what he did to those guys.
Obviously.
On Sunday.
So then the Seahawks swoop in, ignore Rams' advice to pay him. They were telling other teams, they were saying pay him the veteran minimum?
Veteran minimum. Don't give him, it's not worth any more than the veteran minimum. He's got declining skills.
And the Seahawks give him a 3-year, $45 or whatever $1 million deal. And obviously he's crushing it for the Seahawks. He's doing great. Well, great blocker, great catcher when he needs it.
And what a veteran mentor for JSN.
Totally.
Right? A guy in your receivers room who's been there, has been to the pinnacle.
And he's a local guy.
Right. Exactly. He's a Washington hero.
He's a Washington guy.
Yeah.
We love him.
Yeah.
So the whole backstory, that apparently all played into that amazing 38-37 win that the Seahawks eventually pulled it out.
And he's the guy that caught the touchdown that made the difference.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like a Cinderella story.
He had big catches. Not just the third down on that final drive. The last touchdown was Cooper Kupp.
Sure.
And the Kupp touchdown catch reminded me so much. It was a Baldwin in the Super Bowl when he caught the ball at the 8 or 9 and weaved through a couple guys to get in just on sheer grit alone.
Just saw the end zone. Got there.
Yeah, I saw a story with Mrs. Kupp. I forget her first name. Lovely, but she was talking about how that felt to them as a family.
Must have felt
after
like a
8 years.
betrayal.
Yeah, because
Totally.
they didn't know what the future held. They didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, teams come to agreements. They're business first and foremost. And loyalty can only take you so far in a business where winning is everything.
Sure.
But to have somebody that you were family for 8 years and just kind of undercut you.
Suddenly feel like, at least if the story's to be believed, we're kind of working against you.
I believe his missus. Why would she,
Yeah.
What that did to their family, the uncertainty and the heartbreak it gave their family.
Yeah,
we treat that way like the Rams. Have you ever had more reason to hate the Rams? It's wonderful. I wish the story come out on Thursday.
Winning is the best success.
It is.
Winning is the best success. It's like a breakup. Just be successful in life. Let the other person stew.
Yep,
Let the other team stew.
God, I don't know how I got so many Rams and Niner pages on my social media feed.
Really?
But these clowns.
Oh, they're coming at you.
Oh, with not me, but just posting.
Sure.
About the ref officiating.
What's the
algorithm?
They know that the algorithm feeds negativity is what they want.
gosh.
So they're like, hey, check this out.
I just couldn't be happier with not being down there.
Isn't that amazing?
One of these two fan bases.
I saw a story.
Oh.
I saw a story, and it was a meme of, you may not remember this, but there's a scene in The Office where one of the characters gets stuff in his eyes, and he has to go over to one of those like hand washing stations, and his eyes are being sprayed. I think it might be Andy, or I don't know who it was, Dwight, or whatever the funniest version is. That's who it was. And they're in the thing, and they're like having to wash their eyes out because they've seen something, gotten something sprayed in their eyes. And it said, this is all of San Francisco right now as the Seahawks come in to play at their home stadium for the Super Bowl, having defeated them, obviously. Yeah, pretty fun
Did you
stuff.
see somebody put a meme out of Garbage Day in L.A.? There's all the bins and then a whole street, and everyone has a big screen TV.
Oh, funny.
With like a foot through it, all out with the garbage cans the morning after the game.
That's great. I like memes.
I do too.
They're
They
fun.
speak volumes.
They're fun. They do. They work for a reason. All right. Speaking of parties, Super Bowl parties. You see
about the cost?
You see how much this costs?
Yeah, I saw it.
You believe this?
Yeah,
They're
I
saying
believe it.
Seattle's the most expensive place to host a Super Bowl party, and you are going to spend, according to the Action Network, an analysis done by the Action Network. If you're hosting a party, you listen to us right now, you're going to host a party at your house. They say you're going to spend, on average, $39.15 per guest.
Per guest.
That sounds like a pretty nice party.
It's a nice party.
Are you spending $40 per guest?
No. I'm having 3 people.
Oh, okay.
But
you might then. I mean, if you break it down that way, you might spend $120 worth of stuff.
I know I'm not.
What are you going to get?
Well,
are you doing a party?
No, I'm just doing my family.
Do you like big parties for Super Bowls, or is it too stressful for you so you like it small so you can just focus on what you need?
You know, it's funny.
There's a lot of people you got to host.
Well, here's the thing. I've hosted Super Bowl parties many, many, many times over the years working in morning radio. We would go to various casinos or establishments and host Super Bowl watching parties.
Sure.
We could just get paid to watch the Super Bowl. It was great. Pretty great gig.
Yeah, that's fun.
Except for Super Bowl 40, where my producer and I had bought tickets to go to Detroit. We were going to go to Detroit to watch the Hawks and Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
And my station rented us out. They booked us. And Joe and I had to skip going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. To this day.
Is that 05?
That was, 05. Yep, that was Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander and Mike Holmgren and Pittsburgh and Detroit.
That was close.
It was a great game. Wish I could have been there. To your point, I don't like a big party. I don't like being distracted. I don't like feeling like I have to talk to people. And that sounds like a real butt nugget right now.
No, it's not.
Because people
listen all day, every day you talk to people.
Yeah, well, you go out every day. I mean, you go out and people talk to you. They know you. They want your take on stuff. They want to talk to you. It
doesn't happen to me as much because I don't look people in the eyes.
Is that what?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I love talking. I actually really like talking to people. It's fun. I enjoy it.
I do too. I'm a social butterfly. I'm Irish. Yeah. I'm an Irish bartender by nature. Come on. I love talking to people. But I'm trying to watch a game. It is different with a game because I have a buddy of mine who I never invite over to watch the game because he gets really, really into it. And he can't Keyed up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost like a bear. And you just don't want to mess with the bear in it when he's in his cave. He just wants to watch and he doesn't want to deal with he doesn't want talking.
Right.
He doesn't want anyone around.
Yeah.
And he just wants to watch. So I'm I don't know if that's like what sports is about.
I don't like that. I don't want to be that guy.
You want to, I like the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
There are times where I wish I don't want to make this a woman thing, but a lot of times my wife does want to talk in the middle of a play.
Okay.
And she wants to chat about things that are not related
not football.
Not related to football.
Wow.
And so you just go like, I don't know, is this the best time to talk about that?
Third down, honey.
Can we maybe table this for halftime? But even halftime, I want to see what the stuff is going
We
on.
didn't talk about that yet. The
halftime show?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. I think the entirety of the entertainment schedule seems to be pointed.
Yeah.
If I could, put a point on it.
I'll probably be refilling my nachos at the time.
Yeah, I may use that as after the bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. All right. We got a lot more coming up. One of our favorite, we'll talk about this in just a little bit. One of our favorite Seattle Seahawks is a birder, just like Spike and I.
I am enamored with this guy even more than I was yesterday.
Good. At 149. Come back for that. You're not going to want to miss it. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope, included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA! KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. State Republicans are now responding to Governor Bob Ferguson's press conference, preparing for ICE actions here in Washington. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Chairman of the Washington State Republican Party, Jim Walsh, called Governor Bob Ferguson and Attorney General Nick Brown the Thelma and Louise of the ICE enforcement issue, saying they are driving over a cliff. Ferguson said he recently met with the head of the National Guard to discuss potential scenarios here in Washington. Walsh urged concern over growing protests tied to federal immigration enforcement boiling over into violence, just like the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
CBS's Natalie Brand reports the Trump administration now appears to be changing its tone following that shooting death.
In the face of intense public backlash and bipartisan criticism, President Trump's border czar Tom Homan is hitting the ground in Minnesota to take over immigration enforcement operations.
He's meeting with the governor and he's meeting with the mayor, I think, later. And I hear that's all going very well.
The change in strategy comes as Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara told CBS News people have had enough.
Now turning to the closing bell report. UPS plans to cut tens of thousands of jobs this year. CFO Brian Dyke says they expect to lose up to 30,000 positions.
This will be accomplished through attrition, and we expect to offer a second voluntary separation program for full-time drivers.
UPS is also closing dozens of its buildings. That includes one in Jamison Park near Spokane. Say goodbye to Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh. The company is shutting down those stores, instead turning its focus to online grocery delivery. Amazon-owned Whole Foods will stay open. They say the change is led by shopper trends and feedback. Meantime, mass layoffs at Amazon could be coming as soon as today. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha.
Now, Amazon is one of our region's largest employers. A spokesperson for the company says it's making organizational changes. A memo posted on Amazon's website says it's staying nimble by making these cuts. That's the word from Senior VP Beth Galati as the company tries to cut 30,000 from its payroll.
Last week, Reuters first reported on 14,000 cuts in this latest round. On Wall Street today, mixed results. The Dow down 408, NASDAQ ahead 215, S&P 500 gained 28 points. Now to the real-time traffic desk. We check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, Seattle Sports has the update. Up in Everett, South 5 at the Snohomish River, we have a collision blocking your right lane and a thick backup starting near State Route 529. Marysville to Everett is about a 20-minute trip right now. Over in Canyon Park, North 405, just past State Route 527. Collisions blocking the right shoulder lane. You'll start to jam up approaching 527. Bellevue to Linwood right now, close to 25 minutes. Here in Seattle, South 5 beginning to fill in from 85th in the downtown. Nothing heavy, though. Linwood to Seattle still right around 20 minutes. North 5, that Revive I-5 backup starts near Mercer, goes across the Ship Canal Bridge. And a new collision on the Valley Freeway, southbound 167, just past 180th. It's in your right lane. Renton to Auburn right now is at 10 minutes, but this crash just occurred moments ago. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now to your forecast. This is 2 straight weeks with no rainfall. That ends later on tonight. We have a new weather system set to arrive probably after 10 o'clock. Rain continues through the rest of the work week. Right now, temperatures in the mid-40s across the map. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. We are very lucky to have with us in studio Shannon Dreyer from Seattle Mariners Insider, 710 Seattle Sports. Shannon, welcome to the show. Oh, there we go. Microphone. Oh, here we go. All right.
I've done this before, honestly.
And then I didn't turn my on.
Both of you.
Thank God you're here, Jake.
Shannon, Rick Riz is the big story today. He's announced that this is going to be his final season calling the Mariners. I mean, this is a guy that I've been listening to. I was joking about this with Spike, but he came to the Mariners the year I was born, and in the womb, I was listening to him. I was a huge fan in the womb, even. But tell us a little bit about what does this mean to you? You've been working with this guy for years, like the nicest guy in the world. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, I have. It's like he's like family to all of us in the booth, and we absolutely love him. And I know the fans do. And I can ask you, how many other relationships that you have that are lifelong? And you're not talking about 10-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40. I mean, he's been there. He's been a constant in Seattle, and for any Mariner fan for over 40 years now, which is just tremendous. He, first and foremost, is an absolutely incredible person, and that is something that you feel the minute you meet him. He is truly one of those people that the minute you meet him, you're no longer a stranger, you have a friend. And he is so passionate about the Mariners, and he is so... One of the things that really strikes me about him is just his optimism for all things. You know, he is somebody that has just a deep-rooted belief that there are going to be good things, and good things are going to happen. And in a game that's played 162 days a year, and there are ups and downs, and there are years and years sometimes of failure, what an important thing to have.
Yeah. That he has that attitude. It's great.
It is.
I think we are still the only team in Major League Baseball that has never been to a World Series. The fact that Rick Riz is the consummate optimist, he is truly the perfect man for the job. He's not just his world-class talent, but his unbridled optimism has probably gotten this fan base through these years. I mean, this last year was a magic ride for us, and we still haven't hit the promised land. But I hadn't even thought about that. It's always a good time listening to Mariner baseball, and that's because Rick brings that to the game. I hadn't really thought about the fact that we really haven't hit the promised land. We've had great years, but we've had some thin stretches. But Rick's always there, always optimistic. Hope springs eternal. He's a living embodiment of that.
He is, and you hit on something else in that just he is a fantastic broadcaster.
Unbelievable.
And one of the last things he'll usually say in signing off is, "We'll see you on the radio tomorrow." How do you see on the radio? Well, you see through a great, in my mind, what should be a Hall of Fame broadcaster.
Oh, yeah.
You see the game through Rick Riz's eyes. He brings it to you wherever you are. And day in, day out, can't watch tomorrow, that's fine. He'll be there the next day. It's one of the magical things about baseball on the radio. You can form some pictures in your head, and you can also be led and shown and put in the front row, or perhaps, where the ball was caught in the outfield, sometimes right in the batter's box. It's, I think, absolutely a beautiful thing that I am I am so grateful that it has survived, because baseball on the radio is almost art and almost theater still. There's still a little bit of an aspect of that.
When you talk to people about the announcers that they grew up listening to, I mean, everybody's, who grows up in a different market. I mean, you grew up in Baltimore, so you're an Oriole guy.
Well, I was raised on Chuck Thompson first, who called both the Colts and Orioles. When Chuck Thompson retired, you say they want to be the guy following the guy. We got John Miller. That's who took his job, and we're like,
yeah.
You never get two of those in your lifetime.
But we do in Seattle.
Exactly,
because I grew up listening to Knee House, but then also I got Rick next to him.
It doesn't happen.
And then Dave is no longer there, and then Rick's there, and then Rick is this bridge for a whole younger audience now. Like my kids get to listen to Rick. They're going to remember that. Yeah. And it's just, you're right. It's a totally unique thing to baseball. It's different than any other sport because there's so many opportunities to listen to this person as he guides you through the season, the ups and downs that you were talking about, which is, what's can be awful about baseball, but also is like kind of a beautiful part of that game. And, it's fun, too, that he's given us a little bit of time. It's not an abrupt leaving. He's saying, I got a season ahead, so we can all look forward to listening and just kind of reveling in how special that is to have somebody that we've had for 40 years. We get another season with him.
And that's what I wrote. I've had the heads up on this for a while now, and we're going to have a year to celebrate him, so we will have different features, and we will do different things with him throughout the year on Seattle Sports. But the first thing, the most important thing that I wanted to get out is, how often do you have the chance to really not just say goodbye, but to appreciate for this length of time?
Right.
And so, take in the broadcast. You might not hear something quite like it again. Take in, him always being there. Take in lightning quick play-by-play that he can do on the most impossible plays. I just call it play-by-play wizardry at times, where you're still trying to catch up 10 seconds later and he nails it the first time. Just the technical aspect of that, the stories that he can tell. We have got a year to enjoy him, to embrace him, to appreciate him, and to celebrate him above everything else. And I think that is an absolute gift to Mariners fans.
I don't know. It's got to be tough to be day in, day out on the road, year after year after year. But it's like, it seems to be like, from the outsider looking, it's everybody's dream job.
Yeah. It is.
How do you walk away from that? You've known Dave you've known Rick forever. Do you know what led him to make now to be the time? Do you have any insight to that?
Well, it was his dream job. He grew up south side of Chicago listening to Jack Brickhouse, one of the absolute finest, and sat next to Dave Niehaus, and he spent I believe 8 years in the minor leagues honing his craft and learning baseball, learning professional baseball, the ins and outs, not just of what is on the field, but how it all comes together in the minor leagues. And then lo and behold, becomes the Mariners announcer, and short stint and not in following the wrong guy in Detroit, and thankfully came back. It's something that he has called every day in this business his dream job, and it's apparent. He's the first one at the park every day. He grabs his coffee in the clubhouse, and he's behind the cages, and he's talking to guys, and he's talking to reporters, and he loves every aspect of the game. But he also, there comes a time when I think you want a little bit more of your life with your family. Mm-hmm. He's got grandkids that he would like to spend more time with. And I think that probably one of the most important things is I think that he could have retired the last few years and didn't. And I think the fact that he has known for a while now that he is going to do this and how he is going to do it. He's going to do the season, but he's not going to travel as much this year. And the travel does take a toll on all of us. But I think he reached the decision and feels very comfortable with it right now. It is the right thing at the right time. And I look at it, I think he's going out on top as far as, he is as good as he has ever been.
Absolutely.
As a broadcaster. I don't think he's going to, I think we'll see him quite a bit. Okay, I don't think he's going to go far. But there comes a time when you want to spend more time and you kind of look around and you maybe start noticing some of the things you might be missing a little bit. You want that quality time. And another thing I'll point to is Toys for Kids charity has just grown leaps and bounds.
Toys for Tots? Is it Toys
for Kids.
Oh, Toys for Kids,
Rick
sorry.
Riz is Toys for Kids. And he is tireless in the work that he does. Every city that we go to, he is gathering. He's talking to clubhouse boys on the other side. Hey, can you get this ball signed by, Shohei Ohtani or anything for the auctions? He gets the sponsorship. He does so much. I think he'll be very active in that too. And I just think ultimately this is the right time.
Yeah.
And along those lines, I think it's time.
There you go.
World Series.
Yeah, right?
Send
them
out the right way.
We have an opportunity, Seattle, to do the right thing here.
Yeah. You know what you need to do.
Right.
Give it to him. He deserves it. Very special. Well, Shannon Dreher, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us some of your thoughts. And it's going to be a fun season to look forward to.
Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We will be right back.
Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with my buddy Dave Taylor from First Mark Insurance. So glad, so thankful that Molly and I made the call. Had heard so many First Mark Challenge victories, we needed to take that challenge. What does happen from your perspective when that caller, when that email, when that person reaches out to you for a First Mark Challenge victory?
That's a great question. So there's several steps we go through in the process. The first step is we're going to gather information, find out all we can about that client and what their needs are. The next step is we will go out to the market. We have dozens and dozens of carriers that will compete for the business. At the end of that process, we will then bring those findings back to the customer, show them what we found, and who the eventual winner was in that competition.
And it may be who they're with.
It might be, yes. And sometimes that's the best we can do is recommend they stay where they are, but maybe modify a few coverages to put them in a better position.
So go take that challenge today. Go be the next First Mark Challenge victory. It costs you nothing, and they will be there with you every step of the way. FirstMarkInsurance.com. FirstMarkInsurance.com.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than the tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Free consultation at homecomfortalliance.com. For comfort, call the comfort people. homecomfortalliance.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Welcome back to the show. All right, Spike, from time to time, you and I talk about our love of birding. We both like birds. We both like to listen to birds in nature. I started playing you audio clips, and you will try to identify said bird.
This is a newfound, I don't want to say passion, but...
Were you not into birds before
I didn't know I was. I was.
Yeah.
I hadn't realized how much I enjoyed birds.
It's nature's little happy pill.
I took it for granted.
Yeah.
And it's right outside my door.
They literally,
every single day.
If you sit there and you listen, some birds don't necessarily make you feel happy. Like
Inspire,
if I hear crows just cawing at me, I'm not. Those are not releasing happy endorphins in me.
Right.
But other birds do at a certain frequency, and it's amazing the way that works.
And it was the western wren.
We played a western wren the other day.
Wren, yeah. That's the one that is the most effective. What is it? I forget the decimals or whatever. Not the decimals.
It is. I can tell you right now. The Western Wren is 432 hertz frequency.
That's a hertz. That's what it's worth.
And this is what it sounds like. And this is just a little happiness for you. God made these birds to put a smile on your face. Listen to this.
Lowers the blood pressure.
Everything.
Releases endorphins in your brain.
Beautiful. It's
natural
beautiful.
dopamine release.
Yep. All that good stuff. You know who else loves birds? Seattle Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold, who's apparently in his free time, he listens to birds and tries to identify them.
How do we know this? This seems almost too coincidental.
This is amazing. Listen to this. Sam Darnold talking about his life as a birder.
I have a bird app, so like if a bird makes a noise and I turn the app on, it'll tell me what bird is chirping. What? That was a northern mockingbird.
He's just sitting there on his patio listening to birds. There's a good app for that if you're interested.
Okay.
There's one called Merlin ID. You can use it.
Merlin
ID. And it will, you can just open it up. It will listen for birds, help you identify birds. You can also identify by pictures. There's all these different, that's not an endorsement. That's just the one that I use.
Just one you use.
But there are other, there's a bunch of birding apps out there. Okay. Tons of birding apps. Have you ever seen a movie called The Big Year? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it. I know of it.
It's funny.
Is it Steve Martin?
I think it's Steve Martin. I think Jack Black is also in it. And I think Owen Wilson might also be in it. And these are all birders. And they go around, they're trying to identify and see as many of these birds as possible. It's very funny. It's a funny premise. It's just a funny world. It's almost like a Best in Show. Okay, I'm going to play. Here's your daily bird, Spike. I'm going to play this for you.
Okay.
What I want you to do is try to identify this. Now, you don't know what bird this is.
Okay, I don't.
We keep this very close to the vest.
Yeah, we play it straight here.
We play it straight. We're not like trying to joke you guys or fake you out. This is Spike actually trying to guess what bird this is. You ready for it?
I'm trying. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
See,
any guesses?
It sounds exactly like my 1993 Renault Le Car trying to start on a cold morning. So I don't know.
When your battery's nearly dead?
Yeah, when my starter was going up.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more second of it. Okay. You can try it one more time. The audience, you can let us know too. 888-973-5476, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Here's the bird.
I don't know.
Okay, let me give you a hint.
Okay.
350 pounds. That's an ostrich, my friend.
No.
That's an ostrich.
No wonder they shove their head in the ground.
That's
an ostrich?
Very friendly sounding bird, actually, for something that's so
I would
terrifying.
think so tiny.
Yeah, no, it's a big bird. Not big bird, but just an ostrich. And did you know ostrich can fight off lions with their giant ostrich legs?
I did not know that.
Yeah, dangerous. Very dangerous.
I know they're fast. I know
super fast, really fast, and you can ride them on movies. We were talking about ostriches earlier,
right?
Because I was making a joke that WashDOT, their logo should be an ostrich with its head stuck in the sand because they're not willing to even entertain the idea of opening up the express lanes going south.
Exactly, for the next
one
year.
One of our listeners took that idea and ran with it. And did they come, Jonah, what is this? They came up with a logo for our ostrich idea?
Used AI to create a nice little image for it.
All right, let's see it here if we're watching. Oh, perfect. Look at that. We got a Dow Constantine taking money out of an ostrich's pocket.
That's great.
As an ostrich is shoving its head into what looks like some sort of a road construction project.
It's an unfixed pothole on the bridge.
It's actually really good.
An empty sounder train, bumper to bumper traffic. It's perfect. Cones.
This is the perfect WashDOT logo.
Wow,
this is them in a nutshell. I love it. The only thing it needs is a little like WashDOT vest. Whatever those things are that they wear on the light rail to identify as an ambassador, a fair ambassador.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
It's a delay ambassador, the WashDOT delay ambassador.
Perfect. That's great. Thank you, whoever sent that.
Do you have a name for the listener that sent that?
I'm checking for you. A lot of text messages.
Yeah, we want to give credit.
Right.
That's fantastic.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Tons of stuff to chat about still. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Going to the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys. Super Bowl, here we come.
Can you believe it?
We're just a really good football team that's tough and connected.
Welcome to the dark side.
Power of 12 is one is real.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
All the 12s across the country and all the 12s across the globe.
You know how we do it. The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. KIRO Newsradio.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Breast cancer is a tough battle for anyone to fight. But when you can't work, care for your kids, or even put food on the table, that diagnosis can be devastating. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to support Northwest Hope and Healing. Our mission is to provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare, so patients can focus on healing. For more than 25 years, Northwest Hope and Healing has distributed over $3 million to thousands of local cancer patients, and you can help make a difference in our community. Join us on Saturday, January 31st, for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of fine wine, gourmet cuisine, and inspiration at Mary Hill Winery in the heart of Woodinville wine country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support on January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Nearing retirement? Don't miss out. Madrona's free virtual seminar on the 27th of January at 6:30 p.m. John Curley here. Retirement isn't just about income. It's about avoiding big mistakes and blind spots. Join Matt Beyer and Madrona Financial and CPAs for a free virtual retirement planning workshop. Learn what a complete retirement plan looks like. Call to RSVP 833-673-7373. Again, it's Tuesday, the 27th at 6:30, online via Zoom. Call or sign up at madronafinancial.com/events.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A federal judge has issued a temporary order barring the removal of a 5-year-old Ecuadorian boy and his father, whose arrest last week in Minnesota became another lightning rod for the nation's divisions on immigration. The father and son are at a family detention facility near San Antonio, Texas. President Trump, before speaking at an event in Iowa, is asked about the shooting death of Alex Preddy by federal immigration officers in Minneapolis. He tells reporters that Preddy...
They shouldn't have been carrying a gun, but hey, look, bottom line, everybody in this room, we view that as a very unfortunate incident, okay? Everyone, unless you're a stupid person, very, very unfortunate.
The investigation has been handed over to a branch of ICE known as Homeland Security Investigation. CBS's Nicole Skanka.
Homeland Security Investigations was tasked to do this by the White House, we are told. And the decision to direct HSI to lead this investigative role, again, is very rare, and it has raised a lot of questions among both current and former law enforcement officials who note the agency is not typically tasked with investigating officer-involved shooting.
Meantime, authorities in Arizona say one person has been shot and is in critical condition in a shooting involving the Border Patrol near the U.S.-Mexico border. The FBI says it's investigating an alleged assault on a federal officer and that the subject is in custody. Some 450,000 customers are without power from Texas to Kentucky due to the snow and ice storm that plowed through a huge swath of the country. In Nashville, Tennessee,
lots of blankets. We have a ceramic pot and a candle underneath it to try to slightly stay warm. That's pretty much all we have. So we have a generator, but no heater.
At least 34 deaths are blamed on the storm. The National Transportation Safety Board has presented a cockpit visual simulation demonstrating what contributed to the deadly mid-air collision between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines jet near Washington, D.C. last year. 67 people died. The simulation indicates it was very difficult for both aircraft to see each other before the January crash. NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy.
If we felt there was any sort of negligence, there would be probably some criminal component to that, and we'd have to refer that to the authorities. So we don't have any evidence of just plain out negligence.
TikTok settles a social media addiction lawsuit. CBS News tech contributor Ian Scher.
Part of the challenge these companies face is that they're not just defending themselves in court. A lot of the information that could come out as part of the lawsuit could be damning about the way that they build their products and ultimately hurt their already low reputations among the public.
This is CBS News.
I'm Major Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, a big announcement from the longtime voice of the Mariners. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. The KIRO Newsradio app brings us this report. Up in Everett, South 5
At the Snohomish River, our collision that was blocking now sits on your right shoulder, but it's real close to sticking out in that right lane. You're backed up to the Steamboat Slough. This is no longer a thick backup, though. Marysville to Everett, we're down to just a 10-minute trip. Our afternoon Boeing shift change is underway, so we have a convoy heading eastbound on 526 from the factory over to I-5. Canyon Park, northbound 405, just past 527. Collision still blocks the right shoulder lane. Your backup starts prior to 527, but this one is thinning out as well. So Bellevue to Linwood, right around 20 minutes, which is right where we should be for this time of day. Heading into Seattle, South 5, just a little crowded from Lake City Way in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle, now closer to 15 minutes. North 5, scattered backups now between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal. And in Renton, southbound 167, coming off 405, it is packed all the way down to 180th, where a collision has been cleared to your right shoulder. It's about 20 minutes from Renton into Auburn. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It is the last Mariners season for the legendary radio voice of the team.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Rick Riz there, calling Cal Raleigh's 60th home run. He is retiring after the 2026 season. He was originally hired by the M's back in 1983 when Riz was paired with the late Hall of Fame broadcaster Dave Niehaus. NFL is denying an internet conspiracy theory that the league predetermined the Seahawks and Patriots would meet in Super Bowl 60 months ago. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey explains.
At the center of the conspiracy theory, a graphic originally published by the NFL in September, depicting players from all 32 teams on a road toward Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Leading the pack, Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold and New England Patriots quarterback Drake May. Reaction on the NFL Network's Rich Eisen show.
That's fantastic. Darnold and May are up front. Up front.
The NFL says there is no conspiracy. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Sheriff's deputies made sure it was game over for a couple of GameStop thieves in Spanaway. Store staff reporting those two men took off with at least $1,000 in video game controllers. Deputies stopped them at a gas station not long after in Yelm.
Oh, you got merchandise?
Yep. We got the controllers in the car. We got two in custody.
This is the latest in a string of thefts and break-ins at game stores in the region. E-bikes could be in for a lot more rules and regulations as state lawmakers are considering bills to change what's considered an e-bike and who can ride them based on speed and power. Stephen Ellis is with the Washington Association of Cities.
This is not an attempt to undercut adoption of electric bicycles. It's not an attempt to criminalize kids. The intent behind this bill is to provide clarity so that cities can take steps to make sure that these vehicles are operated safely and that no one gets hurt.
Supporters want to know if riders should be required to take training and be licensed to ride them. Now to your weather update. We are cloudy today and seeing if we tie the all-time record for the January dry streak of 15 days, currently 14 days in. If we make it through midnight, we would tie that record. Then tomorrow, rain returns. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. It's the best hour, I'll be honest with you. The first 2 hours are just warming up for hour number 3.
Great.
You got to finish strong.
You do. Yeah, of course.
That's what they say. So we will, right here. A lot of great stuff. Spike, we got a lot to talk about, you and I, which we should jump right into. I saw the story. I'd love your take on this because the national conversation happening right now around ICE has now kind of bled into local conversation. Governor Ferguson and AG Nick Brown, who was on our show just over the holidays, right? Didn't
Correct.
We have him on?
We has a guest of ours during the Holiday Magic segment. Yeah.
And it seems like a reasonable guy.
Yeah.
They are saying basically that they're getting Washington ready for possible National Guard stuff, if there's any issues with ICE. We'll get into all that in a second, but it's just interesting to me because I feel like there has been all of this stuff happening in Minnesota, which has really been a hotbed issue for, just a hotbed of activity for on all sides, ICE sides, protester sides. There's been deaths. There's been massive media coverage. Think about all of the time dedicated to this one state. When there are ICE activities happening in Border Patrol detainees and all these things, detainments happening all around the country, but Minnesota is
it's flashpoint,
front and center.
Absolutely.
And you have to ask yourself why that is, and can we not fall into the same thing here in Washington State? And what Minnesota is now doing, I really feel like they did just have a breakthrough where everybody went, hey, you know what? Temperature's risen too much. For whatever reason, we weren't seeing eye to eye, but now it feels like they are starting to at least get rowing towards the same end.
There's dialogue, which was we saw that
yes,
with
it felt
the
like
governor
they were
and
pulling in
president.
opposite directions, and now they're going, hey, you know what? Everybody needs to dial it down. Everybody needs to try to move forward in a useful way. It's not useful when everybody's just screaming at each other. And so there was a call between Trump and Governor Walz, Tim Walz.
Yep.
They both left that call. This was yesterday morning. They both left that call and have expressed that they thought it was a step in the right direction. I think Trump pulled the top guy from Border Patrol out. He's sending Tom Homan in. Tom Homan is an Obama appointee, got some awards from Obama for his work as, the head of ICE. He's well known. He doesn't spend a lot of time in Minnesota up until now, but that's going to be an area where he's going to turn some of his focus now and hopefully bring the temperature down on things.
Well, again, we talked about this yesterday when it was announced, and Greg Bovino, the director of, he's ICE, right? He's the chief operating officer, Border Patrol, not ICE, Border Patrol. CPB.
Yep.
And Christy, they haven't, I don't say they haven't been effective, but they've lost the faith of the people. Just fun or not. I really think they have. And that's why they brought Holman in. They put those two guys kind of on the back burner, put a new face to this, a new direction to this, work better with local officials who had stonewalled.
Hopefully, I do think that's an important part, though. You don't want local authorities saying, we're not going to participate in any way. Because there's a lot of people, like in that case of that Alex Preddy guy yesterday who died, or not yesterday, over the weekend. He died in an incident with ICE. Horrible story. Horrible that he died. It's awful. ICE was there to arrest a guy with a conviction and a record, and he was not supposed to be there. But the people who were protesting against that and getting in ICE face and blowing whistles and doing all the things obstructing their lawful search for this guy, that guy ended up escaping and running off.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
So he's gone in the wind. And now they're going to have to go and find him somewhere else. Now, ICE has been around. Trump didn't invent ICE. ICE has been around for a while.
No.
That you want them to go in and pull out people who should not be there. And that's what they were doing in that case. The situation that led to Alex Preddy's death obviously is awful, and it's going to be much debated, which we don't need to do here. But it's horrible that anybody had to die. That's awful.
That's easy, yeah.
But what I think played into it as well is if you have local law enforcement under the direction of local authorities saying, we refuse to work in any way with federal agencies, I don't really find that to be very productive when you're talking about getting rid of some really bad people that shouldn't be there. People with serious records. So in Renton, did you see the story out of Renton?
Yeah,
Renton
the
mayor?
mayor of Renton, yeah.
Renton mayor says they will never assist ICE. They put out a statement, say the current atmosphere surrounding immigration enforcement is a real and frightening concern to many in our community. I want you to know that I see this concern, I hear it, and I take it seriously. The city of Renton stands with you. I, along with the city council and Renton Police Department, are committed to supporting every member of our community, ensuring that everyone feels safe. Pretty good so far. We are paying close attention to what is happening and remain focused on the well-being of our residents. I want to reassure you that Renton police officers will never assist ICE or any federal agency with immigration enforcement. To me, like Minnesota has evolved past this now. They recognize there are some times where you do want to make sure that the scene is safe so that they can go in and get people with criminal bad records.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
That, to me, seems like a totally reasonable thing. But for Renton mayor to say now they're not going to ever assist with ICE, I want to show you a couple of things, a couple people that ICE just picked up in the area.
Well, before you, that's fair, but before you do that, that's Washington state law. what the mayor of Renton is saying
Keep
here.
Washington Working Act, yeah.
The Keep Washington Working Act says that because we are a sanctuary state.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put this only at the feet of the mayor in Renton. This is part of a larger conversation.
And we also have a story about the governor and
Ferguson Brown
and the AG saying that they will be there should the citizens of the residents of Washington need assistance in what they have described as overreach by ICE practices, tactics. Because there are examples. We talked about this last week too. There are too many examples, and again, it's a small percentage of what ICE is doing.
Yeah.
But there are examples of ICE going too far with regard to due process to people with American citizens.
It's a government, 100%. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's a government agency.
Yeah.
We know they're not going to be perfect.
And that's I think that's what the mayor of Renton is speaking to here about. Look, you're our citizens. We've got your back. It's policy that we don't cooperate with ICE. We don't share information with ICE. Those kind of things.
I think it's folly. I know that's their policy. I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm expressing my opinion.
I
think this is short-sighted, and I think it puts people and his community members at risk. Honestly, here's just a few people that ICE has recently picked up in this area. Let's see. ICE arrested this guy, 45-year-old from Mexico, convicted felon for the rape of a child in the first degree. They arrested him in Benton County, Washington. They just picked him up. That's somebody that they would not have participated to help pick up. They would never work with ICE, they say. Here's somebody else. He's from Sri Lanka. He has a felony convictions for rape, abuse in the second degree, sex abuse in the second degree, sex abuse in the first degree. He was sentenced to 75 months by the Oregon Department of Corrections. But he's out and about. ICE just picked him up. I guess they would never help work with him. Don't you think local officials should help work getting these guys off the street?
Absolutely.
Here's another one.
I think harboring or withholding information about dangerous people on our streets is a horrible way to go about solving the problems we all face.
Here's another one
with regard to immigration.
They just picked up another guy from Mexico. He had an active warrant in Mexico for attempted homicide. ICE just picked him up. He's now pending removal. You don't want somebody with a investigation for charges for attempted homicide. You don't want rapists. You don't want child sex predators. You remember that awful story in Spokane where they released a guy who had a record. He had was it child rape? And they released him onto the street because of the Washington working thing?
They
did not give him over to ICE?
Okay. That's just folly. That's insanity.
That to me is like, all right, you want to draw the line somewhere? Draw it on the other side of not helping for the rapists. Like get these guys off the street.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. But I would also say, look, let's also draw the line with, the due process afforded to citizens of this country.
All the due process, yeah.
But
I'm great with it.
That's where
all the due process.
The communities that come out with their whistles and their cameras and all these things, it's because they see instances, again, where ICE is not going after the worst and the worst of the worst.
In the cases that we've been talking about recently, those were lawful arrests of people with criminal records.
Yeah, but there are you have to concede that there are many examples.
Sure, there are.
But
the ones that have led to death that we were just talking about were cases where they had criminal convictions. They were trying to get them out, and these people stepped in with whistles. Somebody ends up dying, which is horrible.
Yeah,
they have to. The problem is that they don't know who ICE is there to arrest. And because local officials in Minnesota, up until 2 days ago, were unwilling to work with ICE or any federal agency, in that case it was Border Patrol, that wasn't an ICE incident, that was a CPB incident. If they had been working with local officials who do have the trust of the public, I hope, they could say, hey guys, pump your brakes on the whistles for a second. This is for a convicted felon with a dangerous assault background. Let's not let him escape. Let's make that arrest. This is not somebody who's just being picked up randomly. Well, this is a targeted arrest.
I'm with you, but have they lost the ability to say, hey, give us the benefit of the doubt because they've gone so many times beyond the benefit of the doubt?
If the local government is unwilling to work with them, then they're not even giving anyone a chance to know that information, right?
I don't know. I don't know that that's a fair thing to say. I mean,
how would it work then?
Well, how would it work?
ICE wants to come in and arrest somebody like this guy that they arrested who has a rape who was convicted of rape.
Well, I should. Okay, I'm with you. No, you're right. Of course, I should get that guy.
That's all I'm saying.
And I said it already. Local officials should give ICE that information.
Thank you, but we have a law in Washington. They won't work with ICE to do that.
Well, ICE
that's what I'm saying.
The law in Washington is we're not going to give you information about our citizens' status. That's the sanctuary city. We're not gonna use local resources, local law enforcement resources to implement federal immigration policy. That's what the law
Renton
states.
Mayor says they will never work with ICE. Does that include for rapists?
I don't know. No.
Never's a big word. I assume he means never when he says never in all caps.
Let's have the mayor on.
I requested
let's do
that. Let's get
Mayor
him on.
Armando Pavone.
I think that would be great. I would like to know, like, is there a carve out maybe for people with horrible, that are not safe for the public?
Sure,
I would think somebody with
I would think there would have to
convicted
be.
rape of a child would be somebody you definitely wouldn't want on the street. I would rather them work with ICE and get somebody with convicted rape of a child than for them to plant a flag into never working with ICE.
I would too. I would on the other side of the coin, I would ask ICE to say, can we stop asking people for their papers on the street?
Just like I would like to see them work with ICE, just like they did during Biden's administration and during Obama's administration. These are just normal things. This is a middle-of-the-road thing. This is not an extremist thing.
Well, during the Biden-Obama administrations, they weren't taking teachers from daycares. They weren't taking employees outside of the Home Depot or workers outside the Home Depot.
Sure they were.
No, they weren't. No, they were not. No, they were not.
Do you know how many more arrests Obama made than detainments
Sure, yeah,
and also deportations?
Sure, a lot more than
way
now.
more than Trump.
Yeah.
So why did all those happen semi-peacefully? Why weren't there all the protests?
Because those people deserved to be deported. They weren't just dragging. They weren't people seeking for day jobs. They weren't people working inside the Home Depots.
They weren't.
No, they weren't people outside.
Not one of them.
I don't know about the one of them, but this is the blanket policy of this administration. It's just go round up brown people.
70% of the people in Minnesota that have been arrested have criminal backgrounds?
It's not true. That is not for immigration. That's not true.
Let's assume that a good chunk of them are. Are you okay with those detainments and arrests?
I've read numbers that say that the 70% of the people who are arrested have no criminal record whatsoever.
Well, we're both seeing different 70s.
Well, that's
okay.
See, herein lies the problem.
Herein lies the problem, folks.
I know.
Caught between a rock and a hard place. All right, here's what Bob Ferguson had to say about it.
As angry as we both are, we are focused on preparing to the fullest extent possible for a similar escalation by ICE against our will here in Washington State.
He says he's not ruling out National Guard.
ICE is, to be blunt, completely and totally out of control. To say that I'm angry is not the right word. I don't have the right word for how I feel about it.
I honestly, to say that they're completely and totally out of control, that to me feels like he's making a political. I'm just a dead honest statement here.
Sure.
I feel like he's making more of a political statement than he is how he actually feels about it. Because when you look at some of the arrests that they have been making lawfully,
some of them,
the majority of them, then the vast majority of them, then I don't know how he can say a statement like that unless he's saying that he's okay with rapists walking around on the street. When you're arresting somebody with a horrible background or like the abuse, what's the one that I just named? He had multiple sex abuse convictions.
Yeah, of course. That guy's got to get
Bob
gone.
Ferguson, be reasonable here. Here's KIRO Radio's Luke Ducey talking to, what was this Jim Walsh clip here?
Oh, this was Jim Walsh's comment on Ferguson and Brown.
Okay.
Chairman of the Washington State Republican Party, Jim Walsh, called Governor Bob Ferguson and Attorney General Nick Brown the Thelma and Louise of the ICE enforcement issue, saying they are driving over a cliff. Ferguson said he recently met with the head of the National Guard to discuss potential scenarios here in Washington. Walsh urged concern over growing protests tied to federal immigration enforcement boiling over into violence, just like the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Here's what I do think. I do think Walsh is not incorrect there. If they're choosing that path forward instead of learning lessons from both sides making mistakes that they have now, that hopefully both sides have learned in Minnesota, moving forward and saying, hey, you know what? Let's cooperate. Let's work together to get the criminal element that should not be on the street. Let's make sure that we're taking dangerous people off the street. It sounds to me like Waltz is saying, yeah, let's work together to make that happen. If Ferguson is saying, we're not going to do that, and A.G. Brown is saying, we're not going to do that, I don't think that's a great idea.
Well,
you might disagree.
Those two didn't say they weren't going to work with ICE. They said that ICE is out of control and they're going to protect the state citizens of Washington. Should we become a focal point?
We started the segment with the Keep Washington Working at. That prohibits state or local law enforcement from assisting in civil immigration enforcement.
Well, that's still the case.
So they're not going to work with ICE.
They're not going. No, they're not going to work with ICE.
You just said that they are going to work with ICE.
That's not what I said at all. I said if
my hearing today must be bad.
If Ferguson and Brown feel that ICE is overstepping the boundaries of law enforcement, because first off, ICE isn't a law enforcement agency. They're an immigration agency. They're not police. They're not law enforcement. They're immigration enforcement. There's a difference. If they're going after criminals, yeah, you're right. There's an element of law enforcement to that. That's Border Patrol, okay? They're going after criminals. But when
it's law enforcement, yeah. It is. You just said it. You're law enforcement.
Okay, but when ICE oversteps their boundaries, the shooting in Minnesota was overstepping the boundaries of good law enforcement. Call them law enforcement. Chasing somebody with a phone to shove, pepper spraying somebody from 2 feet away.
You may very well be right on that. I do not know enough about the case.
And I think when the governor speaks up that they're out of control.
Could be wrong on it too. We don't know. You and I don't know.
We don't know. There should be an investigation. Luckily, I'm not an elected official or the head of a major department who's going too far with their statements. Like the governor seems to be. To say all of ICE is out of control is irresponsible.
It's irresponsible.
But to say that some of the ICE elements we've seen are out of control is fair and pretty justified.
The thing that people like about our show is that you and I come from things at different points of view, but we're both like middle of the road guys at the end of the day.
Common sense based, I hope.
Common sense based. Yeah. This doesn't seem common sense to me. It seems like Ferguson is taking a very hard line, single lane approach, where I think it would be smarter that he learned some of the lessons that people are now learning around the rest of the country, like in Minnesota, and saying, hey, you know what? If there's somebody on the streets who's dangerous, doesn't matter where they're from, if they're dangerous, let's get them off the streets and let's not impede, even if it's a federal agency coming in to get them. Is it the worst thing in the world to take somebody like that off the street? No, I don't think
not
so.
At all. And
I
also,
think we all agree on that.
Agreed. Also, and as the president has done, let's take the temperature down by taking Bovino off the case here.
Yes, great.
And bring in somebody that's maybe more balanced.
Yes.
A little more even keeled.
But if you said Tom Homan's coming to Washington, I don't think Ferguson would be very excited.
That's not throwing a banquet. Probably not.
I don't think he'd be very excited.
I'm not taking them to the Super Bowl.
All right. Oh, man.
You know
Ferguson gets to go to the Super Bowl?
Of course. If you were the governor of Washington, wouldn't you go to the Super Bowl?
You better pay for it. We're not paying for it. Not with my money. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Bear back.
Holy smokes!
For 40 years, he's been part of the soundtrack of summer across the Pacific Northwest.
The Griffeys with back-to-back home runs!
KIRO News Radio congratulates Rick Riz.
Everybody scores!
Season 41 may be his last, but it promises to be one to remember.
The modern-day Bambino, Cal Raleigh.
We can't wait. From KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046. Big Trees is Washington's premier tree sales and transplant company. Looking for a big selection of big trees? Visit Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Republican leaders in Washington are blasting Governor Bob Ferguson over the state's response to federal immigration enforcement. GOP Party Chair Jim Walsh accusing Ferguson of using incendiary language, inciting violent protests.
They get twisted up by this rhetoric and they go try to take a swing at a cop or try to push a federal agent out of the way, and that is not good.
Governor says he is preparing for increased ICE enforcement in Washington and says he will not rule out deploying the National Guard. Governor also called ICE totally out of control in the wake of Saturday's deadly shooting involving federal agents in Minneapolis. UPS plans to cut up to 30,000 jobs this year.
UPS CFO Brian Dykes says they're closing 24 buildings in the first half of this year.
And we're evaluating additional buildings to be closed later in the year. Plus, we plan to further deploy automation across the network.
On Monday, the UPS facility in Jameson Park, Washington, near Spokane, was shut down. All these moves accelerate UPS's efforts to consolidate its facilities and workforce as part of its decision to deliver fewer packages from Amazon. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores are now on the chopping block. More from KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery.
Amazon says grocery sales have taken off over the last 20 years, but the company wants to prioritize online orders and delivery along with select in-person experiences. Orders of perishable groceries through same-day delivery have shot up 40 times since January 2025, and the company is testing Amazon Now 30-minute delivery in parts of Seattle and Philadelphia. So Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores will close nationwide. Some will convert to Whole Foods, and Amazon will add more of those locations in the coming years. You can read more about this on mynorthwest.com. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Time will tell if Seattle ties the record for longest dry streak in January. Deb McMillan with the National Weather Service says it all depends on when the next storm system hits.
If we get rain before midnight tonight, then
we will end the streak at 14 days. But that's if we get rain.
Current streak is 15 straight days with no rain. After midnight, expect plenty of it. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33 and check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Seattle Sports has our update up in Everett. Eastbound 526, still heavy from the Boeing factory over to I-5. Getting there to from Seattle and Bellevue, though, both looking good, just 35 minutes. And on 405, that includes a couple-mile backup north 405 through Canyon Park because this collision just past 527. It's on the right shoulder lane, but traffic is jamming up at the scene, and you're going to actually slow before 527. Bellevue to Linwood's 20 minutes. South 5 heading into Seattle is crowded from Lake City Way into downtown. North 5 scattered backups now approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal Bridge. South 405 slowly filling in between Bellevue down into Renton, but it's just under 20 minutes to make this drive. You're at freeway speeds. In Des Moines, you've got a crash westbound 516 at State Route 99. It's actually a stall blocking the far left turn lane. And we've got hefty backups right now at the Hood Canal Bridge from a recent closure for marine traffic. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Cloudy today, highs in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Rain returns late tonight and overnight. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about marriage. Marriage. Oh, I should have had that ready to go.
Wow.
Here.
Wow.
Marriage. I must have that somewhere. Marriage. Here it is.
Today. There you go, brother.
All right, let's start this again. We're going to talk a little bit about marriage today.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream, then love, true love, will follow you forever.
Where did they come up with that?
Peter Cook.
Awesome. What a brilliant idea. Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
From back
Peter
in the
Cook,
day?
Yeah, British comedian.
Okay.
Classic British TV.
Does he
comedian.
talk like that all the time, or is that just it's an affectation he put on for the role?
How he put on.
Because
he could say marriage.
Okay. So funny.
Oh, God.
Very memorable. Very important, actually. It's that blessed arrangement. It's very important that before you go into marriage, you have some stuff figured out. And I saw this clip floating around on the internets. Dave Ramsey is a guy that I like a lot. I recommended one of his books.
Financial guy.
Total Money Makeover.
Solid thinker.
Solid guy. But he says there are a few things that you definitely want to have talked through with your significant other before you tie the knot.
Okay.
So I'm going to play this clip, and then let's talk about how many of these things each of us in our respective marriages actually had figured out before. Because a lot of people just jump right in.
I fear to hear these four.
Okay.
I don't know that I did any of them, but I'd like to hear.
But you've been married a long time.
Yeah,
so
we made it work anyway.
You made it work.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear from Dave Ramsey, and then we can talk about this. Again, these are the four things that you need to make any partnership successful, or give yourself the best chance. I guess it's not like a guarantee that you're going to be successful, but you want to give yourself the best chance.
And even maybe these four questions don't guarantee success.
Yeah.
And you can be a raging success over 34 years without doing any of them.
You could. Absolutely. All right. Here it is.
If you can agree on four things before you're married, in depth, your marriage is almost guaranteed to make it. And that's money, that's kids, how many to have, and who's going to run the house, whether the inmates are going to run the asylum or not. And it's in-laws, how we're going to deal with the crazies on the outside of the house, and religion. And if you're agreed on all four of those in depth, you almost always will make it.
So money, kids, in-laws, religion. Were those... Were you guys very intentional? That's a word that people say a lot nowadays, like intentional about things.
That's the perfect word.
Were you intentional about what your expectations were, what your intentions were for when you got married? Did you know going into it? Or was it just kind of like
none of them
fly by the seat of your pants?
I'll take the list out of order.
Okay.
Kids. She had one.
Okay.
I knew going in. I got into my relationship with the intent to be a dad.
I'd say you could check that box.
Check that box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Money. It'd be good if we had some.
Sure.
We didn't have a solid plan.
That's a check box.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaving that one. I don't want to take credit for that one because we didn't discuss a strategy for is saving important.
Sure.
How do we make financial priorities? We didn't make that one happen. So I'm gonna leave that one empty.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of people too, and we'll get to the next one in a second. But a lot of people on money, when you're dating, I don't know if you were this way, but when I was dating my wife before she became my wife, money's one of those topics that's very uncomfortable to talk about with people.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when you're young and you don't have much of it.
Well, yeah.
Like it's not something you want to highlight. And
like I'm handling a prenup.
Yeah, well,
right?
Okay, so that's another question.
I've got some jerseys that I hold dear. If this doesn't work out, they stay with me. I mean, that didn't matter.
I thought you were going to say they could be sold in a pinch. But no, that's not what you were saying. They can't be sold in a pinch.
It's smart. It's smart to have those. He's right on the money for these. No pun intended.
I don't think he's suggesting a prenup here, actually.
No.
I
was being joking about how I had nothing.
What's your expectation for how you're going to be spending money?
Yeah.
Is one of you a spendthrift while the other one is like, a save for a rainy day?
Because my wife and I never had that conversation, and neither of us are very good with money. We live in the here and the now.
So that might have actually worked to your benefit. Because if one of you was very tight with money and the other one was not tight with money, or vice versa, or whatever, you could have a situation where you're like, hey, are we speaking a different language here with when it comes to money? All right, so money, it sounds like you guys have worked your way through that. In-laws. In-laws are tricky. People don't realize this before you get married.
Yeah.
It's a massive part of your marriage.
It is. I adored Melissa's parents, both of them. Adored them. They're wonderful, wonderful people.
Mm-hmm.
And mine lived on the other side of the country. So it really worked itself out.
So it worked perfectly.
It worked itself out.
It can always be tricky with the mother of the son and the new bride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because there is just an inherent tension there where, you have a mama's boy and then you have the new woman in his life.
Yeah.
And he's always going to choose her as he should.
Yeah.
So the mom, the mother-in-law has to ingratiate herself with the new bride.
Yep. And it's the guy who can't choose the bride over the mom. That's where the problem lies. That's what you have to know.
And that's something you want to talk out ahead of time.
You have to know going in. You have to know who you're getting, no pun intended, getting into bed with.
Yeah.
As they say.
And I hope it's not your mother.
Right. Well, a lot of guys, psychologically, from a Freudian perspective, sometimes it still is.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Melissa was adored by both my parents.
That's great.
They knew that I married way above my
another
status
key
in life.
Yeah. If you can find somebody that you are
including marrying up,
don't deserve.
Yeah.
You're in good shape.
Yeah. And with religion, we you know what? Neither of us are very religious folks. So this one, I'm not that I can't check the box.
Yeah,
it wasn't a factor for us.
Okay.
We're not religious people. I know you're a very devout person.
We're very religious.
Yeah,
my wife grew up. I grew up, and so for us, we were aligned. In fact, we answered all these questions.
Did you do pre-marriage counseling?
We did. We did pre-marriage counseling.
We of course didn't. I don't think that goes without saying, given my track record here. But I know so many people who did, and it's so valuable.
It was really nice because it does force you to have some of these conversations that you might think to yourself would be awkward. But instead, what it actually creates is a closeness. There's a vulnerability that you have to expose yourself to, and you should with your spouse. Obviously.
Yes.
You're opening yourself up in certain areas where you before were probably pretty protective. But when you're sitting down with somebody who you trust, and they're helping you walk through all of these things,
and you know that their intent is nothing but your well-being.
Yes,
your success.
Yeah, and you're not there to get their permission to get married.
No.
The goal is marriage, and you want to get to the altar having worked out all the stuff ahead of time.
Right. The goal is a loving, successful marriage.
So that after you leave the altar, when you're walking away towards the future, it still feels like the first day that you were married. It doesn't feel like you resent each other.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I highly recommend it. Find somebody. Although the priest that we went to, the priest who christened my wife when she was born, like a long,
nice,
sweet old man. And then he was our.
You have some audio of him, don't you?
Yeah. I think we got him right here. Here's it. There he is.
Did he mispronounce your name? Yes. I'm so sorry.
Marriage. I know this guy. By the time we get married, I've known him for a couple of years, but my wife has known him for
her whole life.
Her whole life.
Yes.
So he gets us up at the altar. He says all the stuff. We do all the things. We light the candles. We say the prayers. He announces us to everyone. He says, "May I pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Skormeyer?"
Cormail. Metho and method. Cormail.
So we just laugh and kind of turn and walk away. He's a very old man.
Oh my
at this point.
God!
Rest in peace.
That's beautiful.
He's no longer with us.
So endearing.
But yeah, check it out.
All our
Highly
priest said was,
recommend.
"Who's got the check?
What's that?
Who's got the checks?" What
Yeah.
our minister said. Yeah. Which one of you's got the money?
The Skormeyers have it. Go find them. All right, we got a lot more coming. We got text messages next. Stick around. Be right back.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Did you know that 25% of your home's heat loss is through your attic? Hot air rises, and if your attic isn't properly insulated, that hot air is going to rise right through your ceiling and out your old roof, which is cold and expensive. If your furnace is working overtime, it's time to call Valentine. Right now, Valentine has a great winter special. You can bundle attic insulation with any new roof. You're going to save an additional 10% off your entire project. Just call 206 Roofing, and remember, when you see the red Valentine vans, you know your home is in good hands.
You know what? Let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Hey, we can invite our friends over, and all take turns yelling at the TV during the game.
But first, we should get a new TV.
Yeah, like one of the top-rated brands, Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, so I'll start shopping on the internet, then head over to the Warehouse Club to compare.
But if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at Video Only, not online or at the club.
Video Only has better deals?
Yep. We could save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Then we could afford a larger model and really impress our friends.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life.
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months, or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Guys, your New Year goals start now. Get limited time savings on our most popular treatments at Revive Men's Health. Visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com to see if you qualify to save hundreds.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of great text messages. Spike, I'm going to start right off. I'm going to read the first one here.
Sure.
Spike's birthday messages. It was your birthday today?
Still is.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
I just want to say happy birthday from all of us here.
Thank you very much. I'm feeling choked up.
I wish I would have known it was your birthday.
That's no big deal. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Are grown men supposed to know each other's birthdays?
I didn't get you anything either. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
You celebrated your birthday on Christmas Day, right? Am I right?
That's when I was born. Yeah.
Happy birthday, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Belated
so
happy
much.
birthday
Yeah.
to you.
But your birthday's today. Well, happy birthday. We got a bunch of text messages for Spike's birthday.
Yeah.
Glenn 206 says happy birthday, Spike. Hope you have a great day celebrating with family. Shannon Duval says happy birthday, Spike. You're smart, entertaining, and always great at KIRO. I could read the rest of these for 20 minutes on Spike's birthday messages.
Don't do that.
But I won't.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
We have bigger news. Rick Riz, the Seattle sports legend, says this is his farewell season. 206 hot take. If the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, I worry Steve Rabel might also retire. Same age as Rick Riz, going out on top.
Oh, that would be a shame.
That would be a shame.
It'd be a real shame. I hope he doesn't. It is a different sport to call.
Absolutely.
Riz is, that's all week. Rabel's
all
is
week,
once a week.
all the travel.
Is
7-8 months long.
Is there any better job than to call pro football?
You get paid to work. They work a lot more than one day a week.
Of course.
I know, because I was about to make that. Well,
but
they only travel to 10 road games a year.
Come on. Is that not the greatest job?
Greatest job.
And you get to watch the Seahawks. Front and center. Lomax says, I see Rick Riz around town sometimes. Once he said, how about those M's at QFC? He stopped chatting, was incredibly enthusiastic, truly a class act.
Absolutely true.
That's so nice.
105 closures, express lanes, and traffic. Alan says, Jake, try examining why WSDOT made this decision. It feels like you assume bad faith without acknowledging studies or alternatives. Well, then, when James Lynch asked the director of the public relations officer at WSDOT, Julie Meredith, have you considered, she didn't say, we've looked at models and alternatives and we've determined that this is the least impactful. She didn't say that.
No, she didn't.
And that's all we're asking is, did you? Maybe we're wrong. Maybe Julie did take a look at the alternatives. I don't know how you do that without trying it until 7:30 in the morning for a week or two.
Yeah, and Alan, I'm not assuming bad faith. I just know over a long enough period of time that it's in bad faith, Alan. No, just kidding. They might be well-meaning, and maybe they're just misguided. So we're trying to encourage them to not be misguided. Steve says traffic has been brutal from Bothell to the stadium. Took 90 minutes to 2 hours while working Seahawks games. Yikes. That's rough.
360 says remote workers should stay off the roads if possible. That's another possible relief for some of us for this. If you're in a job, maybe, you don't usually work remote.
They call those flexible schedules.
Flexible schedules. Talk to your employer.
Yeah.
See if working remotely is an option for you during this 10-month stretch.
I have actually, this is one of the things that I would suggest out there to anybody who wants to run for public office. If anybody wants to be governor in Washington, and I think with an idea like this, you could win. You offer tax rebates to companies who offer flexible schedules to their employees, so that all we need is if we have 10%. Think about any time there's a holiday, and you have a good chunk of people who are off the road, or any time you have whatever, people who are in public jobs, not working.
Sure.
10% of people are now off the roads. There's zero traffic.
Right.
So why can't we do that all the time?
Come in 2 hours earlier. Work 4 days a week instead of 5. Whatever you are.
Tax benefits to companies.
Come in later.
Let
work
employees
later.
work a half hour later than 9 a.m.
It's a great idea.
Good idea. Electric Bikes 425 says, thanks for covering this. Kids ride fast with no lights, no helmets, and little awareness. Sometimes on highways or sidewalks, it is dangerous. Absolutely.
360 says, I love my e-bike. I'm older and injured. And Pedal Assist lets me stay active. I hope enforcement focuses on high-powered bikes, not people like me. And that's what Sully was. We had Sully on earlier. You can catch it on the podcast, talking about how the legislature is looking at maybe governing some of these new wave of e-bikes that can do up to 40, 50 miles an hour.
Too fast.
And don't require an age restriction on who gets to use them and where.
Yeah, we're mostly focusing on kids. If you're an older person, then you know the rules of the road.
Yeah, and as Sully mentioned, this new legislation that's being considered, or these studies being done, are about these new high-speed, high-powered e-bikes.
Yep. Let's see here. Andrew says, the boys riding e-bikes in my neighborhood were kind and responsible. They even helped me find my dog when he ran off. We're not saying they're bad kids. We're just saying that they're maybe not riding and they don't know the laws because they're ignorant of the laws, which is not an excuse, we understand, but in the child's case, I think it kind of is. They don't know the laws, and they're putting themselves and other people in danger, and we'd like to see that change.
One texter suggested that bikes without pedals should be governed by the same rules as motorcycles and mini bikes. Just use the same laws. Without pedals, you need a license and you need to be trained.
There you go.
Okay.
Let's move on to Seahawks real fast.
Sure.
Barbara says, Jake, did you see Cooper Kupp on the sidelines with his 3 daughters? Thought of you. I have a bunch of kids. He has a bunch of kids. How can
you got boys? They got girls. This is perfect.
What are their ages? I already like the in-laws. Yes. The answer is yes.
Charlie says Cooper Kupp's grandfather, Jake Kupp, played football at the UW.
It's amazing.
He's a local guy. I love him.
Cool. I like that. All right, and finally here, let's see here. Rick, on Birds and Nature, Tammy says, my dog was riding in the car and was very confused by all the bird noises. Tammy, we do apologize for your dog's confusion.
Yeah.
You should speak with him about that. That's not something we can fix from this end because we like bird noises. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Happy birthday, Spike. Go enjoy the rest of your great day. John Curley's coming up next. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
The G and Ursula Show.
Seattle is at the top of another list.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
We are officially the most expensive city to host a Super Bowl party. As it gets more and more expensive, do you do things like, hey,
potlucks are fun. Yeah, that's normal. I have friends that'll come over and they'll bring something. Yeah. And I also got those friends that either bring paper plates or ice. Cornelius, I have him bring ice. He's a great ice guy.
On KIRO News Radio and the KIRO Newsradio app.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about football. It's exciting when Seattle fans shake the earth. You can even feel that energy on your 100-inch variable refresh QLED surround sound 7.1. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know that enjoying the game often involves alcohol. And the police know it too. Have fun, be responsible on game day, and pace yourself. If you feel sacked in the fourth quarter, get a designated driver to take you to your end zone. If you get carried away with too many Bloody Marys after too many Hail Marys, call for a timeout. You get the point. Be safe. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. Watching the game in your blue and green jersey is a lot more fun than wearing an orange jumpsuit.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.